Alright, so this video I'm discussing the Pahang paper. Right, this is the Pahang paper. So this is the trial 2023 for Matematik Kertas 2. Okay, this is very difficult paper, very susah paper. So let's begin. Okay, number one, let's read the question. In diagram 1, TSU is a tangent to a circle at point S. Tangent means the line will only touch the circle at one point. So if you look at this circle, they say TSU is tangent, right? It means this TSU line will touch this circle at only one point, and it's at point S. And this point S, we call it tangent point. Okay, we call it tangent point. Okay, but I will erase this lah. But you should know it's called tangent point. And then they say TPQ is a straight line. Okay, this is a straight line. So definitely we can find this angle later, because if it's a straight line, I can take 180 minus 74 to get here, right? So look carefully, the 74 is not just for this, it's the whole. Yeah, just look at the line. Okay? And then they say calculate the value of x plus y. Okay, there's a few things you need to know. First, kalau we have a circle and we have a tangent, okay, and tangent means they touches at the circle at one point, right? This point we will call it tangent point. And if the tangent point, if I tarik two lines like this, tarik one line to the side of circle and tarik another line to the side of circle, and I form a triangle, it means this angle and this angle will be the same, this angle and this angle will be the same. It will be like this, right? But you can only apply this when the two, how to say, the tangent point tarik to the side of circle, tarik to the side of circle. They must be on the side of circle, and it has to form a triangle like this. So if you look carefully here, actually you can see the triangle, right? You can see the triangle. Triangle is here, 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 right? Which is exactly what I showed you just now. Tangent point, tarik to the side of circle, and then form a triangle. So if this is x, it means this must be x. And if this is 43, it means here to here is 43. Okay, that's what it means, right? So can I find the small part here? Yes, we can just take 74 minus 43, right? We don't care whether it's useful or not. We just find everything we can. Okay. 74 minus 43 is 31, right? 31, right? And then what else we can do? Do you remember I mentioned earlier you can find here, right? How to find here? 180 minus 74. Okay, we just find it. Right? We just find it. We don't care whether we just find whatever yang kita nampak boleh cari, we just find it. Okay, this is 106. Okay. Okay, what's next? Okay, if you look carefully here, there's a cyclic quadrilateral. What is cyclic quadrilateral? Siapa ingat? I will highlight it for you. So cyclic quadrilateral, let's use red color. Cyclic quadrilateral is here, 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 here. Cyclic quadrilateral means what? Okay, if you have a circle and inside the circle there's a cyclic quadrilateral, there's a quadrilateral, and the quadrilateral, all the vertices have to be on the side of the circle. If it's not on the side, then we don't count it as cyclic quadrilateral. But if all the four vertices are on the side of circle, then it's called cyclic quadrilateral, and we can use this formula. A, B, C, D, and then A plus C is 180. B plus D equals to 180. Only if it's a cyclic quadrilateral, we can use this, right? And this is memang a cyclic quadrilateral because PQRS, they are all on the side of circle. So if this is 82, can I find here? The answer is yes. You just take 180 minus. Okay, let's press the calculator. 98. So this is 98. So now I can find my x already. How to find my x? You can say you can use the triangle, take 180 minus 43 minus 98 to get x, or you can also use the straight line. You will also take 180 minus 98 minus 43, right? You will get the same answer. Okay, let's press. Okay, my calculator give me 39. So I think my x is 39. And this x is also 39. But how to find y? Well, y is just 180 minus 106 minus 39, right? So let's press 180 minus 106 minus 39. So the calculator give me 35. 35. So that's my y. My y is 35. My x is 39. So how to find my x plus y? Just take 39 plus 35, right? You should end up with 74. So that would be the final answer. Right? So quite simple. Of course, I would recommend showing them a few workings because there's 3 marks, right? And this is paper 2, so I recommend showing them how you get this value in the working, right? Okay, that's how you do it. All right, number 2. Diagram 2 shows two pieces of rectangular tiles. So these are two rectangle, not square. They are rectangle. P tile and Q tile have the same area. So this is very important, same area. Calculate the difference between perimeter of tile P and tile Q. Okay, if you want to find the difference in perimeter, first you need to find X. You know why? Because without the X, you can't find the perimeter, because you need to know the X so that you know the panjang here and the panjang here, then only you can find the perimeter. But how to find X? Well, they give you this information already. They have same area. So we can say area of P is equals to area of Q. So we will use area information to find X first. After we find X, then only we use the X information to find perimeter, and then baru cari difference. So that's my plan now. So first, what is how to find the area of this rectangle? Just take the length times with the height, or you can say base times height, right? Tapak darab lebar. So what is the base? X plus 3 times x plus 4, or you can say x plus 4 times x plus 3. Okay, make sure you put nicely the bracket. What about area of Q? 2x plus 2 times x plus 1. That's how you find the area, right? And now we can expand. Okay, expand means kita kembangkan. Kita darab masuk. So when we darab, how you darab? X times x, x square, x times 3, 3x, 3x plus 4x, 7x, and then 4 times 3, 12. Right? That's how you expand. Let's do it one more time. 2x times x, 2x square. 2x times 1 is 2x. But then here is 2x also, so 2x plus 2x, straight away you get 4x. Then 2 times 1 is plus 2. Okay, you end up with quadratic. Why? Because got square. If the equation got square, got power 2, then it means it's a quadratic. And when it's a quadratic, how you should do it? You should move everything to one side equals 0, and then you press calculator. But before you do that, you will susun jadi general form. You will arrange it in a general form. And how you arrange? The x square you letak paling depan. Okay, if I move the plus 2 here, it becomes -2. So it becomes 1 minus 2, which is -1. So I don't like it. So instead of moving everything to the left side, I'll move everything to the right side. Means my 0 will be here. It means I'll move my x square over there. So it becomes 2x squared minus x squared, which is 1x squared. 4x plus 7 move there, become -7. What is 4 minus 7? -3x. And then plus 12 move there, become 2 minus 12, -10. Right? Of course, if you don't want to do it like this, you want to move everything here to that side, can also. It's just that your coefficient of x squared will be negative. Then you just tukar tanda for everyone lah, can also. But if you do it like me, you will end up with your working will look like this lah. Your working will look like this, because your 0 is on this side, right? So now you just press calculator. So I hope all of you know how to press. So you just key in your A, B, and C inside. So what is your A? Your A is 1, B is -3, C is -10. Okay, my calculator give me 5 and -2. So let's write it down. So we will kosong satu baris, tulis 5, -2. And atas bracket, we have to write what? If it's positive 5, you have to tukar tanda jadi -5. If x -2, you have to write +2. All right? Okay, after you write this, now you know your x value, right? So what is your x value? 5 or -2? Okay, imagine if your x is -2, then your height will be -2 plus 3. -2 plus 3, which is 1, right? So 1 is still makes sense. 1 is still makes sense because panjang memang boleh positive. But imagine if you ganti inside this, if your x is -2, it will be -2 plus 1. And what is -2 plus 1? -1. So it means you are saying that the height of this tile, or you can say the lebar, the width is -1, which doesn't make any sense. Length tak ada negative, panjang tak ada negative. That is why we have to reject the answer. Okay, that's why I try to sub in and see which answer yang saya kena reject. So this one have to reject it. Okay, or you can say ignore. We ignore this answer, because if let me explain again why I reject this answer. Because if x is -2, my panjang here will be negative. Okay, so it's not possible, right? So the x is 5. So now I know my x is 5. I think I can find the perimeter, right? So let's put in 5 here. So 5 plus 4, you get 9. 5 plus 3, you get 8. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 plus 2 is 12, right? And then 5 plus 1 is 6. So now let's find the perimeter of P and perimeter of Q. Okay, I don't have enough space, so where should I do it? Okay, I'll just do it here lah. Okay, so let's write perimeter of P equal, and then perimeter of Q And then they want to find difference, right? So dot 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 difference. Okay, first we find the perimeter of P. It will be 9 plus 8 plus 9 plus 8. Or you can also say 2 times 9 plus 2 times 8. Because 9 tambah 9 tambah 8 tambah 8, so it's like that. So press calculator. Okay. Alright, my calculator give me 34. 34. So this is in centimeters. Let's go to perimeter of Q. 12 plus 6 plus 12 plus 6. So you can also say that 12 times 2, 2 times 12, and then plus with 2 times 6, right? 2 times 12 is 24. What is 24 plus 12? 36. So now I have my perimeter P, perimeter Q. Now we can find the difference, which is just take besar tolak kecil. So besar tolak kecil, 36 minus 34 equals to 2 cm. So that's how you get 5 marks, right? Okay, let's move on. Number 3. Puan Fatima is a direct selling dealer. Okay, they never say what kind of dealer. Maybe drug dealer. Okay, I'm joking. I'm joking. Okay, Puan Fatima is a direct selling dealer. She always deals at the post office to send goods. Every morning, okay, what kind of goods? Like drugs? Okay, I'm joking. Okay, every morning she sends her son to school and go to the market to buy groceries. Okay, buy grocery, and not other stuff. Okay. Diagram 1 shows the location of Fatima house between post office, the market, and the school. The distance between her house and the places are shown in table 1. So this is the diagram and this is the table, right? So I think we can label, right? So the place is post office, and then the distance from Fatima house is 10. So Fatima house to post, this is 10. And then place market, distance from Fatima house is 15. So market from house is 15. Market from house is 15. So I think the 15 is here to here. So this is 15 kilometer. It means I can find here, right? Just take 15 minus 10, I get 5 kilometer. What about Skola? Skola from Fatima house is 26. So I think the 26 is from house to school, right? So this is 26 kilometer. So can I find this small section? Just take 26 minus 15, right? And I will end up with 11 kilometer. Okay. Okay, let's press. Okay, yeah, betul. Okay, now after labeling, now I will read this paragraph. Calculate the difference. Difference again, like last question. Last question also find difference, right? This question also find difference. So how to find difference? Besar tolak kecil. Tapi you kena tengok baca dulu apa dia nak cari. Calculate the difference in cm between distance of Fatima house to school and market to school, and then state the answer in standard form. Standard form means it has to look like this: a times 10 power n, right? But you have to make sure the a punya depan decimal can only have 1 digit. Okay, but don't worry, I will explain more later. Okay, let's find the difference. Let's find the distance of Fatima house to school first. Distance from Fatima house to school is 26, right? So distance of Fatima house is given already. This is 26. And then what about market to school distance? Market to school is 11. Okay, how you get the 11 just now? You take 26 minus 15, right? You get 11. So now we can find our difference. Okay, but first let's write down some working distance of Fatima's house to school is 26, right? This one no working because it's given in the table, right? And then the other one is distance of market to school, right? Market to school. Okay, how I get the market to school just now? It's not from the table. Okay, I take 26 minus 15, right? And the 26, 15 come from the table. So I'll just write some working here. 26 minus 15, 11 kilometers. Okay, now let's find the difference. So the difference will be besar tolak kecil. Takkanlah you ambil 11 minus 26. Mestilah 26 minus 11. So you akan dapat 15. Betul ke? Yes. After you get 15, this is in kilometers. What they want? They want answer in standard form, right? State the answer in standard form correct to 3. Oh, they want to calculate difference in cm. Okay, I get it now. So I have to convert to cm. Okay, so the difference is in km. How to convert to cm? I have to take 15 times 1000, because 1 kilometer is 1000 meter, and then 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So if I take 15 times 1000, this is in meter. but I have to times with 100 again to convert to cm. So in total, I have to times 1000 and then times 100. Then only it becomes cm like this. So now I will, yeah, I don't have enough space. So, okay, I think I'll just continue my working here. So it'll be 150000000000 cm, right? Okay, now I already berjaya calculate the difference in centimeters, but they want me to standard answer in standard form, correct to three significant figure. Okay, standard form means you have to look like this, a times 10 power n. But do you remember what I mentioned earlier just now? It has to look like this, a times 10 power n, but your a macam mana? Your a value, the decimal point can only have one digit, and the digit cannot be zero. So for example, if I tell you 26.1 times 10 power 2, this is actually not general form because the decimal got two digit. It means you have to move to the left, and when you move to the left, here you plus 1. If you move to the left 1, then you plus 1. If you move the left 2, then you plus 2. If you move to the left 3 times, you plus 3. But when you move to the right, then you minus. Okay, so let's look at this. Where is the decimal point now? You don't see any decimal point, means the decimal point is at the back here. But you have to move the decimal point to where? To here. Why to here? Why not here? Why not here? Why not? Why not here? Why not here? Why it has to be specific here? Because I mentioned already, standard form, this a value, depan titik perpuluhan in front of the decimal point can only have one digit, and the digit cannot be zero. So this digit depan 1. Okay, so it means that it will be 1.5. But when you are moving this point to here, you are moving to the left or to the right? To the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you are moving to the left 6. That's why you have to take 10 power 6. All right, and then in centimeters. Okay, why not 10 power negative? Because remember, if you're moving to the left, you have to plus. Moving to the right, then only you minus. Then only the power minus. All right, so that's how you do it. All right, hope you understand. Okay, mistake here. I just realized I made a mistake when I'm finished recording. Okay, so when I'm finished recording, I look back to my working here. I realized I made a mistake. So I want to betulkan. Right. So the correction here is, they want me to state the answer in standard form, correct to three significant figures. I did it correctly. I changed to standard form, but I didn't read this correct to three significant figures. So what is significant figures? It means dia kena tiga angka bererti lah. So this one is actually two significant figures. So actually we should write 1.50 times 10 power 6. Yeah, that's my only mistake. Okay, so that's the correction lah. Because significant figures, the zero we have to put at the back. Even though 1.5 and 1.50, they are the same value, but the zero at the back, we will count it as significant figure if got decimal point. So the zero, even though it doesn't mean anything, we have to put it. Okay, supaya dia jadi three significant figures. So that's the correction. All right. Okay, number 4. Mr. Arum lives in Johor. He wants to buy an insurance policy for his car. Okay, table 2 shows the information of the vehicle he wants to insure. So the vehicle age is not important. NCD is 25%. All right. Okay, the NCD is important for you to find the premium kasar, the gross premium. We always use NCD to find premium kasar. The vehicle age, we always cross out. If you look at all my trial state paper videos, whenever I do motor insurance, the vehicle age I always potong because tak guna. Okay, now they say calculate the gross premium for the third party fire and theft policy if the basic premium given is this. Right? Hitung premium kasar bagi polisi pihak ketiga keparangan kecurian sekiranya premium asasnya ialah 1307.32. So they already give me the basic premium for third party fire and theft. So how to get the gross premium? How to get the gross premium, the premium kasar for third party fire and theft? Just take the basic premium answer, 1307.32 minus with the NCD. And the NCD is 25%, which is 0.25 times with 1307.32. Right? 25% is 25 divided 100. That's why I write 0.25. Okay? You can write 25 over 100 here also. Okay, let's press calculator. Make sure you put the bracket and everything. 130 minus 0.25 times 1307. My calculator gives me 980.49. Okay, but don't forget to write RM lah, because this is the amount, right? The price. Okay, I want to, before I continue with question 5, I want to show you my motor insurance punya nota. So let me show you. This is Malacca paper. Because Malacca also got one motor insurance question. This one. Okay, let's look at this question, right? I really recommend you go and watch this video if or like do this paper and then watch my video, watch the explanation. If you weak at this lah, if you are weak at the motor insurance. Okay, I'll just show you quickly. This is the question 3. I already made this video. This is my last video. Table 1 shows the premium rate, blah, 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 motor tariff. Okay, I don't care. And then Esther who live in Sabah, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. You see, I cross out the age also. And then they say calculate gross premium for comprehensive, right? This one is different because they never give me the basic premium. So you actually have to look at the motor tariff and then do, right? So I don't want you to focus on the soalan, just focus on my nota. Alright, so this is the working, don't look at it, just look at this. So for third party, how you get your premium asas, how to get your basic premium, refer to your motor tariff, and then how to get your gross premium, just take your basic premium answer minus NCD. Alright, because in your motor tariff, you can actually get the basic premium for third party. Yeah, you just refer here, right? And then for third party fire and theft, how to calculate the basic? You have to take 75%, 0.75 times basic premium of comprehensive. Okay, and then how to get gross premium, basic minus NCD. But for the basic premium, you have to take 75% times basic premium of comprehensive, right? But how do we find basic premium of comprehensive? Okay, I read it here already. For comprehensive basic, you have to look at the motor tariff. Okay, so the motor tariff is this. And then you have to plus with either 26 or 20.3 times with sum insured minus 1,000 divided 1,000. Okay, 26 is if you are in Semenanjung, 20.3 is if you are in Sabah Sarawak, right? So for example, this question is in Sabah. That's why I take 20.3. That's why you look at my working here, it's 20.3. Okay, that's how you calculate basic premium for comprehensive. And then gross premium is just basic minus NCD. Okay, I have one advice for pelajar. I have one, saya ada satu advice untuk pelajar. Can you see all the gross premium formula is the same, right? How to calculate gross premium is just basic minus NCD, basic minus NCD, basic minus NCD. Yang student kena hafal apa? Yang student kena hafal adalah how to find basic premium for all three policies. Because the calculation method to find basic premium for all three policies, they are all different. So you have to hafal. You have to hafal. Okay. For the gross premium, it's very easy to remember. Just take your basic premium answer minus NCD. Alright. So make sure you hafal how to find these three policies punya basic premium. Okay. Semua cara dia lain. All cara untuk cari all the three policies lain. Right. But let me go back to this Pahang question. Why this Pahang question I don't have to even though they say third party fire and theft, why I don't have to take the 0.75 times with the basic premium for comprehensive? The reason is because they already give me basic premium. This soalan is because they already give me basic premium 1307.32 means I can skip all this step already. All right, I can skip all this step already. I mean this step, the basic premium punya step I tak payah buat already. So to get the gross, just take my basic answer minus the NCD, and the basic they already give in the soalan, right? But still, I think these are all useful knowledge. These are still very important knowledge. So I really want you to hafal the step, right? Okay, it's just that this question, the Pahang question is very easy lah. They already give me the basic premium, right? That's why siap already. Okay, let's continue with number 5. This is what chapter? Let's read. In diagram 4 in the answer space, sketch the graph for this. And then for 0 until 360, okay, the range is important also. And then hence determine the amplitude and duration. Okay, this one is period. Duration means period. Okay, so state the amplitude and period of the graph of the trigonometric function. Okay, I'll explain later what is period. First thing, let's sketch first. Okay, so let's sketch. Okay, how do you sketch 3 sine 2x minus 1? Okay, we need to know how the sine graph looks like first. The normal sine graph looks like this. Like this, like this, like this. This is 1, this is 0, this is negative 1, yx. Y equals sine x. This one 90, 180, 270, 360. Like that. This is how the sine graph looks like. But they want 3 sine 2x minus 1. So how to draw this? Okay, whenever I draw this, I will always conteng dulu. What do I mean by conteng? Means I will not draw at the actual, I will not draw the real one first. I will just buat satu yang conteng punya. So let me draw nicely. Okay, first thing first is I will try to draw sine 2x. The 2 here means that you have to draw 2 sine graph in 360. So what is the 2 means? Number of cycle. Number of cycle. But the important word here is in 360 degree. So what is 2x means? It means there will be 2 sine graph in 360. So what I will do is I will draw 1 sine graph, 2 sine graph. Okay, but you don't tell me, oh sir, one sine graph finish at 360, so here also here becomes 720. No, 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 it's still 360. It's still habis at 360, right? Okay, after you do the 2x, you have to do 3. The 3 here means the amplitude has to be 3, right? So what you do here is, here instead of writing 1 -1 like the normal one, you will write 3 -3 because the whole sine graph sudah dikembangkan. Dikembangkan, that's how I teach in class, dikembangkan. And then the last type is -1. The -1 here, it means shift downwards. Oops, what happened? Okay, so the whole graph here means, the -1 here means have to shift downwards, right? So the whole graph shift downwards. So when you shift down, what will happen? It means here you have to -1, -1, -1. So what is 3 minus 1? 2. What is 0 minus 1? -1. -3 minus 1? -4. So imagine if your whole graph shift down. If you push down this graph, what will happen to the x-axis? It will move up. I repeat one more time. Imagine this whole graph, you push it down, you push it down, you push it down, you push it down. What will happen to the x-axis? Your new x-axis will not be here. It will be naik 1 unit already. Yeah, because you push the whole graph down, so your x-axis will go up. That is why your new x-axis will be here. Your new x-axis will be here. All right. Do you know why? Because look at this. Your 3 becomes 2. Your 0 becomes -1. So your 0 is no longer here. Your 0 is somewhere above already. That's why your new x-axis. All right. But of course, this is not the real one. This one I just conteng saja. Okay. After I conteng like this, now only I draw the real one. So how I'll draw it? First, I'll write 0. I already know paling atas guna sampai 2 saja. So I will just write okay, I buat bawah dulu lah. Bawah sampai -4, right? So it'll be -1, -2, -3, -4. You don't have to measure, you don't have to measure like how many cm, no need, like just lebih kurang saja, but make it lebih kurang equal size lah. Here 1, here 2, like this. Okay, and then now we already know that my first point have to start from -1. Okay, -1 because originally start from 0, but the whole graph pushed down already. That's why I start from -1, and then I have to go up until where? Until 2, right? And guess what? This point is this one, is it 90 or 45? Okay, if you're not sure, it's fine. I always recommend students to finish drawing the whole thing first, then only you potong. So it's okay if you don't know like sini berapa degree, it's okay, it's okay. You just finish drawing the whole graph first. So here is 0. When you naik here, you have to naik until 2, right? So you naik until 2, and then the moment you naik until 2, you will go back down, right? And then you will go back to -1 like this. Okay, and then after you go back to -1, you will turun sampai -4, and then naik balik to -1. So -4, then -1, right? So that's the point here. Okay, but and then now you have to do one more time. So naik until 2, and then turun back to -1, and then naik turun sampai -4, and then finish it here, right? It means this is your what? This is your old x-axis. Do you agree? This is where your x-axis, this is where's your old x-axis, okay? Your old x-axis. But why your new x-axis is here instead of here? Because the whole graph moved down already. When the whole graph pushed down, the new x-axis will change place, right? So this is how your graph looks like, okay? And don't forget, this bawah is -4, okay? And then the maximum value here is 2. Okay, and now we try to potong. Okay, the ending here should be 360, right? So this is 360. Okay, and a lot of students, they will put the 180 here, which is wrong. This is wrong. The 180 should be here, but slightly to the left. Okay, it will be this point, because your whole graph pushed down already. That is why originally this point, if you naik vertically, it will be here. That's why the 180 is here, not here. Same with this. This is your 270, right? But the 270 you cannot label here. You have to label vertically up. So it means it will be a little bit to the right like this. Okay, and your 90 also same. This one vertically go up. This one is your 90. Yeah, that's how you do it, right? But what if you want to label the 45? Can also. Then you write 45 here, 135, 225, 315. But you don't have to do that lah. Like this is good enough. And then you just write y equals 3 sine 2x minus 1. But of course, you don't pass up this. This one is just you conteng tepi and then you buang, you just throw it away at the end, right? This one is just to help you, how to say, draw the correct shape. Okay, okay, I think it's good enough. Now we can answer the next part. Determine the amplitude and period of the graph. So they say duration, but I think what they meant is period lah. Okay, let me tell you what is the amplitude. The amplitude will be 3. Okay, the amplitude will be 3. Some of you will get confused and go and write 2, or maybe some of you write 4, but it's wrong. Amplitude means the height from the highest point to the center line. Okay, your center line is not here. It's not here. If you think it's here, then you will write 2, then it's wrong already. Because the center line of the graph already changed. The center line is this line. Okay, that's why it's the distance from here to here. Why the center line is not the x-axis? Because the whole graph pushed down already. That's why the amplitude is 3. Or you can also say the distance here from here. Okay, so how many unit? Here got 2 unit. 1, 2 unit. So 2 unit. And then here got 1 more unit. Okay, don't look at the negative. We just look at how many kotak lah, how many units. So 3 unit, that's the amplitude. Here also you will get 3 unit, right? Ataupun you can also do it like this. Take the total height, and then divide by 2. So the total height got how many unit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The total height is 6. And then you divide 2. And then you will get your amplitude 3. Okay, you can also do it like this. Okay, let's look at the next part. Find the duration of the graph. But I think they want the period. It's called the period actually. What is period? Okay, period means okay, I'll just tell you the formula. There's one formula to find period. Period is just 360 divide your B. What is your B? Okay, your Trigo equation, kalau sine, it will look like this. A sine bx plus C. A will tell you the amplitude, right? A will tell you the amplitude. B is the number of cycle in 360. And then C will tell you the whole graph shift up or shift down, right? So what is 360 divide B? For this question, your B is what? Your B is this, right? The number in front of X. So for this question, it's 2. So you'll get 180. Okay, so it means what is your period? 360 divide 2, which is 180. Okay, let me explain what period means. Period means the berapa degree habis satu cycle. Itu maksudnya. So what is period? The duration ataupun the time taken to complete one cycle. That's period. Okay, time taken to complete one cycle. So if you look at this, how one cycle complete habis dekat mana? Dekat sini, right? And the time taken is 180 degree. That's why the period is 180 degree. So I'll give you an example. What if this is sine 3x? We don't care about the A and the C. Oh, when we find period, we don't look at the A and C. We only focus at the B, right? So can you tell me if sine 3x, what would be the period? What would be the time taken to complete one cycle? It will be 60, right? Why? Because if the 3 here means what? There will be 3 cycles in 360. Okay. But I want the time taken to complete one cycle. So you take 360 divide 3. Okay, which is not 60. Okay. 120. Sorry, my fault, my bad. 120. And why is it 120? Because you take 360 divided 3. It means satu cycle habis dekat 120 lah. Tapi dalam 360 habis 3 cycle. Itu maksud dia. But if it's 2x, your period will be 180. That's what it means, right? Okay, hope you understand. Okay, let's continue. Okay, I think this is probability. Number 6. Diagram 5 shows 7 pieces of letter cards with vowels and consonants in box P. So which one is vowel? A, I, and then the rest N, T, R, they are all the rest all consonant. Okay, 2 cards are taken out randomly from the box, one after one without replacing. So we are taking 2 cards. So we take one by one. It means I will take first time I will take. After I take, I will not replace. Without replace means after I take one card, when I take the second card, there will no longer be 7 cards. There was only 6 cards left. All right, because I without replacement. Okay, okay. Tak apa, we baca A dulu. Complete the tree diagram in the answer space to show all the possible outcomes. Okay, let's look at the tree diagram. Oh, okay, very good. So the first card, first selection. First card, you might get vowel, you might get consonant, right? So the probability of getting vowel is 2/7. Yeah, I already bullet for you. Yeah, it's 2/7, right? Because there's only 2 vowel cards and 7 total cuts. So the probability of vowel is 2/7, but the probability of consonant will be 5/7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5/7. Okay, so here I think I'll write 5/7. And if you look carefully here, the total probability here is 1. 2/7 plus 5/7 is 7/7, which is 1. And then here it will be 1/6. You know why? Because without replacement, the keyword here says without replacement. So if they say without replacement means after let's say the first one I get vowel, right? So what when I take the second card, how many total left? 6, right? Because one card sudah keluar. But then how many vowel left inside the box? Only 1. Because just now the first selection I get vowel already. That's why it's just left 1/6. And then the rest 5/6. This one 5/6 lah, and then this one is 2/6, 4. So they already write for us. So yeah, that's how you get 2 marks, I think. Okay, they never say how many marks, but that's the part A lah. Okay, part B. Determine whether the following events are dependent or independent events. Tentukan sama ada peristiwa berikut ialah peristiwa bersandar atau peristiwa tidak bersandar. Okay, I will tell you straight away. This one is bersandar. This one is dependent. Dependent events. Okay, they never ask us to write the reason, right? They just say dependent or independent, right? But I want to write the reason because I want you to understand what is dependent. So I will write the reason because the probability of first cut, the probability of choosing or selecting, you can I think you say choosing lah, or getting lah, just probability of getting first cut affects, the keyword here is affects the probability of getting second cut. Okay, so the keyword here is what? Affect in bahasa Melayu is mempengaruhi. So let's talk about dependent. Why I say it's dependent? Because if you look carefully, I never replace the first card back to the box. That's why the total have to -1. It means the probability of your first selection will affect the second card selection. That's why it's dependent. If independent means what? Independent means the probability of first card does not affect the probability of second card. Then we call it independent. Okay. And if I change this soalan, if I said with replacement, apa maksud with replacement? It means after I take my first card, saya ada letak balik. So kalau macam tu, what will be my total for this? Okay, first selection will be 2/7. Second selection will be 2/7 also. Because without replacement, with replacement, sorry. So if the first one is 2/7, the second one will be 2/7 also. Kalau with replacement lah, then it will be independent already because the probability of the first card does not affect the second card. Yeah, I hope you understand. So independent, let's mention it one more time. If independent does not affect, if dependent affect. This one is dependent because this probability will change, right? Because you never put it back without replacement. Kalau with replacement baru independent. Okay, hope you understand. What about C? Calculate the probability that at least a vowel letter is chosen. Okay, you have to consider all the possibilities before you doing this, right? So let's write down probability at least a vowel. At least a vowel. Okay, you have to consider all the possibilities. And usually when I write the possibilities, I'll write like this. Vowel, 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 consonant, consonant, vowel, consonant, consonant, like that. Ataupun you can also use a tree diagram. If you look at this question, they already write down the tree diagram for me. So I can just refer to this tree diagram and then see which one is at least one vowel. So at least means sekurang-kurangnya satu vowel. Means I have to have one vowel or lebih. So this one boleh, one vowel or lebih. This one also can. This one also can. So I have to take 2/7. Yang ni tak boleh lah. Sebab kena satu vowel atau lebih, right? So I have to take 2/7 times 1/6 to get this. 2/7 times 5/6 to get this. 5/7 times 2/6 to get this. And then these three all plus together. Ataupun you boleh buat cepat. Just take 1 minus the probability of both consonant. Both consonant. Right? Kenapa boleh buat macam tu? Because total probability must always be 1. So if I want to take, I want this one, this one, this one, saya boleh ambil total probability 1, tolak dengan yang saya tak mau, dapatlah yang balance. Betul? So you can do it like this. So 1 minus. In my last paper, Malacca, they also got asked this in paper 1, I think. Paper 1 or paper 2, I forgot already. So they also got one question that's like this one. All right. So I think it's paper 1. Yeah. Okay. Also take the 1 minus. Okay. So what you do? 1 minus both consonant. The probability for both consonant is right. So 507 times. Oh, excuse me. 507 times 406. So I will just press this. Okay, my calculator give me 11 or 21. So that should be the answer. Right? Wait, let me press again. Okay, yeah, correct. 11 over 21. Okay, let's continue. Number 7. Diagram 6 shows the speed time graph for a particle in 20 seconds. So the keyword here, speed time graph, means the y-axis is speed, the x-axis is time. So if it's a speed time graph, you can use the gradient to find acceleration. Okay, and then you can use the area under graph to find distance. Okay, if it's speed time graph. Okay, but if it's distance graph, time graph, then it's different. Okay, tak apa, kita baca A dulu. State the duration in second when a particle is moving at a uniform speed. Nyatakan tempoh masa dalam saat ketika zarah bergerak dengan laju seragam. Okay, what happens in this garisan? This garisan, what happens? Time sedang jalan, speed is increasing. So we call this accelerate. And then what happens here? You don't tell me stop. Ini bukan stop. Okay, ini adalah uniform speed. Ataupun the other word is constant speed. Okay, they are the same thing. Means the particle is moving with the same speed from the 7 second until 16 second. And then what about this line? This line is decelerate because the speed is decreasing, right? But if it's a distance time graph, then it will be different already. If this one is changed to distance, then it will be move forward, stop, move backward. Itu kalau distance time graph lah. Tapi kalau speed time, this is the correct one. Okay, state the duration when particle moving at uniform speed. So duration. So what is the duration when the car move with uniform speed from 7 to 16? So you take 16 minus 7, you get 9 seconds. So for 9 seconds, the particle move with uniform speed. What about B? Calculate the rate of change of speed in meter per second square of a particle for the last 4 seconds. Locus, rate of change of speed. You remember I teach this in class? What is Locus? Locus is the other name for acceleration. Correct? Locus is the other name for acceleration. So what you will do, you will use gradient. You will use gradient to find. Because I want acceleration. So I use gradient to find. And gradient, you need how many coordinates? 2 coordinates. And which line you want to find? There's so many line here. They all have different gradient. Which line? Read the question. Last 4 seconds. So definitely 20 minus 4 is 16. So definitely this line. So I need this coordinate and this coordinate. What is this coordinate? 1622. By the way, check the unit also. S meter per second. So they want meter per second square. So boleh lah. Because sometimes they want you to convert this unit, right? So that's why. Okay, this is 20 0. So what is the gradient? 22 minus 0 bahagi. Oh, excuse me. 16 minus 20. Okay. Okay, so let's press. I think you will get negative, right? Yeah, negative 5.5. But here you write 5.5. But in your last baris, you write what? Since the question asks for rate of change of speed, so I'll write rate of change of speed. Okay, so your rate of change of speed is how many? Is equals to negative 5.5 meter per second square. Okay, you have to write the negative. Some students don't put the negative, but no, you should put the negative. Okay, you should put the negative. For acceleration, you have to put the negative. It's just that for speed, you don't put the negative. Okay, if let's say this is a distance time graph, because if it's a distance time graph, you will use the gradient to find speed. But sometimes the gradient get negative, but the speed, you have to write positive. Because speed doesn't negative, but acceleration can be negative, all right? But what if you write deceleration here? What if you write deceleration? Then you don't put the negative. You just write 5.5 because deceleration already means negative. Okay, that's what it means. That's why rate of change of speed is accelerate. The other name for acceleration. That's why you have to put negative. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay, let's go to C. C is what? Where should I do it? C. I think I can do it here, right? So okay, let's read the question first lah. C says what? Calculate the value of P. Oh, I'm sick. Calculate value of P. This one, P. If the total distance traveled for the first 7 seconds is 91 meter. Distance. You see, I write it here already. In speed time graph, how you find distance? Using area, right? So your C working, how you will do it? They say the distance traveled first second is 91 meter. Means what? The area under graph is 91 meter lah. That's what it means. Okay. Because they say distance is 91. So in speed time graph, distance, we find it using area. So if they say distance is 91, area is 91. But you have to read the question. Sometimes they don't want for the whole journey. They only want sebahagian. Like for example, this question, they use the word total, but it's not here plus here plus here. Okay, if you read carefully, they say only for the first 7 seconds. Remember, in exam, they always like to ask this. I mentioned this so many times, like in my trial state paper video. I always say, look, read the question. Okay, sometimes they don't want the whole journey. For total distance, they want first 7 seconds. So I'm only taking this line, first 7 seconds. And I want the under graph, bawah garisan. So I'm only taking this. And what is this shape? This is a trapezium. How to find trapezium formula? So we have a trapezium. Let's say this is A, this is B, this is C. So you take 1 over 2 times A plus B times C. It means you have to take 1 over 2 times the sum of parallel lines and then times with the distance. Okay, but the distance don't take the second one, take the straight one. So it will be 1 over 2 here plus here. Here is P, here is 22. So P plus 22. And then times with the distance, don't take the second one, take this one, 7. Now you can find your P lah. How to find your P? I'll continue here. 1 over 2 times 7 is 7 over 2, and then bracket P plus 22 equals to 91. Okay, and then what I'll do, I'll pindah the 72 to the other side. 2 duduk bawah. So bila duduk bawah means bahagi. Bahagi 2 jadi darab 2. 7 duduk atas is darab jadi bahagi. So now you will tekan 91 times 2 divide 7. Okay, my calculator give me 26. So I can find my P now, which is basically 26 minus 22. I get 24. P is speed, so I have to write ms minus 1. So this is my P, value of P. Yep. Okay, let's continue. Number 8. Table 3 shows information related to number of workers and amount of time required to assemble a toy model in a factory. So this is the table, number of workers, time. Given that duration of time t vary, okay, this is variation. The moment I see the word varies inversely, I know it's variation, right? So how to do variation question? Step 1 is to write the variation. Variation, you have to use this symbol. And then step 2 is change to equation. But when you change the equation, you will change this symbol to the equal symbol, but you have to tambah k, right? And then the k have to darab with whatever at the back. And then step 3 is to find the k. But how to find k? You have to sub in the complete information. Complete info. Okay, later I'll show you. Step 4, what is step 4? Step 4 is rewrite. And then step 5 is to check what the question wants lah. Okay, let's read. Given that the duration of time t, okay, t varies inversely with the square of n. So I think I can write my variation, but let's finish reading first. Write the relation between duration of time t and the number of workers n, hence calculate the value of p. So they want me to they want me to buat dua benda. First is to write the relation, next is to calculate p. So let's write the relation. T varies inversely. Inversely means you have to write atas or write bawah. You have to write bawah. So inversely with square of n. Square of n. So n square. And then nothing at the top, you have to write 1. Okay. But don't forget what t represents and what n represents. So t represents what? Time. Okay, duration of time. And then what the n represents? Number of workers. Okay. It's important to, how to say, to know clearly what the t and n represents, or else later you will balik ganti, then it's wrong already. Okay, after you write down the variation, step 2 is convert to equation. How to convert? You have to tambah k, and then the k have to darab with 1 over n square. Okay, k darab 1 over n square is just k over n square, so I can write fast and terus tulis macam ni. And then step 1 done, step 2 done, step 3 is find k. But when you want to find k, you need the complete information. What is complete information? Means you need the t, and not only you need the t, you need the n also. So you can square it. right? So it means you need both T and N. So dalam soalan ada bagi both tak T dengan N. Okay, number of workers I already said is N, so this is N. Time is T, right? So tell me now, ada tak T dengan N? Ada kan? Yang ini, betul? T is 12, N is 3. Can I take this N4 T P? Cannot. Why cannot? Because if you use this information for P, you only have the N4. T you don't have. P is not a number. P is an alphabet. Means P you cannot masuk now. Okay. Then the P you masuk bila after you find K. After you put in the N3 T12 to find K, and then you rewrite, then only you use the and then only you ganti this yang bawah punya. Okay, so now I will ganti lah. So T is what? You don't write 3, salah. You have to write 12. Look carefully, the T is 12. And then the N is 3. That's why I said just now it's very important to know what the letter represents. So now you can find your K. 3 square is 9. And then you just press 12 times 3 square. Ataupun 12 times 9. So you get 108. And afterwards, you can rewrite. But when you rewrite, you look at this. So it will be T equals K, which is 108 over N squared. Okay. So let's press calculator in case I write wrong. Okay, betul. Okay, after I rewrite, I do my until step 4 already. Now we can check what the question wants. So they want me to write the relation between time and the number of workers. Sudah siap? Inilah dia punya relation. Okay. And then calculate the value of P. So how to calculate the value of P? Now only you will ganti N4 T P like that. So N is 4. So the 4 have to put bawah here and have to square it. And then the T have to letak P. So now I just press 108 like 4 square. Okay, my calculator give me 6.75. So I will write 6.75, but I will write minutes also. Because this is P is time, right? Minutes. So 6.75 minutes. That's it. Okay, let's move on. Number 9. Diagram 7 in the answer space shows an equilateral triangle. So equilateral means what? Segi tiga side sama lah. And if tiga side sama, what would be the angle? It will be 60, 60, 60. Okay, 180 divided 3, right? Okay, point X and point Y are 2 points moving in the diagram. So moving. It means X and Y is the locus. Is the moving point, is the locus. So this is definitely under form 3 locus. All right. So locus got how many patterns? How many types? Do you remember? Got 5 types. Okay. Later I will show you my nota. Okay. Okay. Tak apa, kita baca soalan. In diagram, draw the locus of X. It means X is the moving point. So if you look at the diagram, there's no X here. There's only PQR. You know why tak ada X? You tahu tak kenapa tak ada X? Sebab X tu yang you kena lukis. X is the moving X yang you kena lukis. So such that it is always equidistant from lines PQ and QR. So if you look at PQ and QR, it's this line. It's this line and this line. So how do you think I should draw my X? It will be straight down the middle here. Okay. So let's use red color. Okay. But in exam, you don't use red color. So let's draw like this. This is your locus X. Don't worry, I'll explain. Don't worry. And don't forget to label locus X. Okay. Okay, now I will show you my nota. I will explain now. All right. So let's look at my this one is my Sekolah Agama set. Okay, and this is the first video I made for trial 2023. It's the paper 1 video. They also ask locus, and ignore the question, just look at my notes. Okay. Okay, if you want the explanation for this question, you can go watch back the video lah. I also got explained in depth for locus. So if you want to get the explanation, you think about it. Okay, let's look at the nota. This is the nota, right? So what is the nota? It says that if you have 1 point, okay, if you have 1 point, the locus will be a circle. If the soalan got only melibatkan 1 point, right? For example, they will say from A, always 3 unit. So what does it mean? When you see this word locus question, when you see from A, okay, and then what you do, you just draw a circle. Then some student will say, sir, the radius how much? Okay, it depends lah. This question will tell you when. The question, the soalan will give you the radius, whether it's 3 unit. If you say 3, then you book out 3 cm or 3 unit, 3 kotak, and then draw a circle like that. Okay, if melibatkan 1 point. This one is melibatkan 2 point. They will say from A and B. This one, the keyword is from A and B. Okay, and they will say equidistant. Okay, but you don't have to worry about the equidistant word. Okay, I write also like equidistant. Equidistant means sama jarak. So if the locus is always equidistant from A and B, it means got two lines, it will be one line in the middle. What if the two dot is like this? Then the line will be like this. Okay, and let me tell you what this line, what do we call this line? This line we call it perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular bisector. Okay, another thing I want to mention is you have to use compass. Like for example, number one, you draw a circle, right? What you will do is you will put the compass. You know what is compass? Jangka lukis. The one yang ada tajam-tajam one, and satu lagi is ada pencil. Okay, this is jangka lukis. This one is the tajam one. Okay, my drawing. Okay, my drawing is very ugly, but this one So you have to use jangka lukis unless got square grid. In the question got square grid. If the question got square grid, then you can straight away use the square to draw the perpendicular bisector. Because if let's say I have two, like this question tak ada lah, but let's say I have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 like that, and then I say this point and this point. So if you want to draw the perpendicular bisector, you don't need compass. It's just this line, right? Because if got square grid, it's very simple. Okay, macam tu lah. But sometimes if they never use put square grid, you will use compass. How you use compass? You will cucuk A, lukis atas, lukis bawah, and then cucuk B, lukis atas, lukis bawah, and then draw a line. Okay, and that line is the locus ataupun the perpendicular bisector. The third one is they will give you 1 point. This one they will say from AB. Can you see the difference between this question and this question? This one is from A and B from 2 points, but this one is from line AB. So they are different. And for this type, they will not mention the equidistant. Okay, they will mention equidistant also, but they will mention how many units. They will mention how many. Let's say 2 units. Okay, always 2 units from AB. So what you do, you will draw 2 lines atas bawah, and you measure two units. Okay, if they go put square grid, you just measure 2 kotak. Or maybe if they say 3 cm, then you measure 3 cm, like that. Right? Okay, the fourth one is what if they give you 2 lines? They will say from AB and CD. 2 lines, A, B, and CD. Then what you do, you draw 1 line in the middle. Draw 1 line in the middle. Okay. The fifth type is, let's say this one is X, Y, and Z. So they will say X, Y, and Y, Z. X, Y, and Y, Z. Like that. Okay. And then they want you to draw the locus. So what you do? You just draw a line in the middle. And this line, sometimes we call it bisector. Okay, bisector. And this one, you will use locus to draw it. Okay, and locus, you will use compass. Okay, compass. So how you use compass? You will cucuk Y, and then buka. Okay, buka. Tak payah panjang sangat lah. Jangan panjang more than the X and Z. So you can buka lebih kurang here, and then buat macam ni, buat macam ni. Okay, lepas tu, now you cucuk here. Now you cucuk here, and then buat here, and then keluarkan, and then cucuk here, and then buat macam ni, and then draw the line. This one we call it bisector, right? Okay, let me repeat one more time. If you have a line like this, you have to draw in the middle, right? But it's better to use compass, right? So cucuk here, lukis sini, and then cucuk here now. Cucuk here, lukis here, cucuk here, lukis here, and then like this. That's what it means. Okay, and the line is called bisector. Okay, the last type of locus is when you have let's say this is A, B, C, D, right? And you nampak this AX equals to AB. Okay, which one is the locus? AX or B? If you look at the diagram, A, B, C, D, but the soalan says AX equals AB. X is the only point that doesn't exist in the diagram. So X is the locus. This is the moving point. So what we do with the moving point is we have to draw this point, right? So we won't look at this. We won't look at the point X. We will only focus on A equals AB. A equals AB, right? So if we focus on A equals AB, this actually it's belong to the first type, which is we have to draw a circle. Okay. But how to know the how to draw the circle? Okay, you look at A and A. The one repeat, right? That's the center. That's the center. The one repeat, that's the center. And then AB, that's the radius. So A equals AB means you draw a circle using A as the center, and then you open your compass until B and then draw. Okay. And then you see already. Actually, the full circle should look like this, right? But I only draw within the diagram. So that's how you do it. Okay, after you know all these type of locus, now this question for you is simple already. So now you tell me why for A how to do? Draw locus X such that equidistance from PQ and QR. So can you see got 2 lines? PQ, QR. 1 line, 2 line. So what you do? you draw a bisector. But this one, do you have to use compass? No need. No need. Why just now I said you have to use compass? Because just now I mentioned is if they never give you square grid. If they give you square grid, very easy to draw the bisector. You can just use your ruler, use your common sense to know where's the middle. Like for example, this one they got give you square grid, so it's very clear that the middle line is here. But if you want to use compass also can, but don't waste your time lah. You will end up with the same line, right? It will be exactly here also, right? So now, set already lah. That's your A. That's your A answer. Okay, let's make it smaller. Okay, let's go to B now. Let's go to B. B says what? Locus of y such that ry equals yq. So which one is the locus here? Y is the locus, right? If you look at the diagram, y is the one doesn't exist in the diagram. So y, because kenapa tak ada y dalam diagram? Because you have to locate the y lah. Okay, how to locate the y? Don't look at the y because y doesn't exist in the diagram. Just look at r and q. So r and q, this is r, this is q. So r and q got 2 points. 2 points. So let's go back to my notes. If 2 points, how will you draw it? Which one? Which type? This one, right? 2 points. Points, right? So what you do is you draw perpendicular bisector. Okay? It means the 2 points, you just draw a line in the middle. But this time, your 2 points is like sengit one. Can you see? Your 2 point is R and Q, which is this point, and this point. So how will you draw perpendicular bisector? This one you can use compass lah. Okay, use compass. Okay, so but of course I can't show you. I can't use my compass on my laptop, so I will just lebih kurang lah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 5, 9 would be 2.5, 4.5. So 1, 2, 2.5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think it's like this. Okay. And then draw a 90-degree line. But this time I use blue color maybe. So maybe like this. Okay, is this 90-degree? Okay, just like make it 90-degree here lah. Okay, because it has to be 90-degree, right? Let's adjust a bit. Okay, so don't be like me, during exam, don't do it like me. You have to use the compass. Okay, of course I'm doing it like this because I can't use compass on my laptop. So this is your locus y. All right, so this is your answer. Okay, I want to teach how to use compass to draw this. What you will do is you cucuk Q, lukis atas, lukis bawah, and then cucuk S, lukis atas, lukis bawah, and then join the two lines. And this line we call it perpendicular bisector, right? And it will be 90-degree here. Okay, so you do it using compass. Okay, okay. C says what? Mark with a symbol. This symbol, the intersection of locus X and locus Y. So where's the intersection? Here, right? So you just bulatkan, and then put a cross, and then you get 3 marks. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Right? But my one is not accurate lah, because my one I never use compass. So make sure you use compass, and then you will get the accurate 90-degree line. Right? So that's all. Okay, continue. Number 10. Diagram 8 shows a kite ABCD. So this is a kite drawn on the Cartesian plan. O is the origin. Okay, so O is 0, 0. The distance ratio of AO OC is 1:4. So AO the ratio is 1, OC the ratio is 4. Okay, kena bulatkan because it's ratio. And then BD is 1/2 OC. So BD is actually the half of OC, or you can say BD is OC divided 2. So I think this information will be very useful later on, right? So that's why I write it down. Okay, and then A says find coordinate of C. Okay, coordinate of C is here, right? Okay, how to do? Let's think. Let's try to apply this info. Can we use this info? Let's see. Okay, from what I observe, I can start from the ratio, right? Because from here to here got how many units? 2 units, because A is -2, 0, right? It means here is -2. So from here to here, actually there's 2 units. But then it's a ratio 1. So this is 2 units and the ratio is 1. It means if ratio 1 represents 2 units, then ratio 4 represents 8 units. For those who don't know why, it's because 1 times 2 is 2, so the ratio 4 also times 2, 8. It means point C must be 8, 0. Okay, not -8, because ke kanan, so 8. So for A, the answer is 8, 0. And sudah siap already. Okay, it means we will use the ratio. It means for B, definitely I'll be using this information already, because for A, I didn't use this yet. So for B, definitely I'll be using this. So find equation of BC line. BC, where is it? This line, right? So we have two types of equation. Okay. One type of equation is equation for non-gradient line. If non-gradient line, it means your line is like this, or like this. And if the line is like this, the equation will be y equals number ataupun x equals number. If the line is like this one we call it non-gradient line. It means the line tak ada sengit, right? But if the line ada sengit, then then the equation has to be y equals mx plus c. So for B, it will be y equals mx plus c. But which line they want? The BC line. So do I have the gradient of BC? Don't have. Do I have the y-intercept of BC? Don't have also. So the m and c I cannot put in, but I think I can use this information to help me. BD is half of OC. Okay, from O to C, O is here, C is here. O to C is 8 units. So I think I can find the BD distance, which is 8 divided 2, which is 4 units. So BD is 4. So from here to here is 4. It means here is 2, here is 2. It means this is 0, 2. This is 0, negative 2. Because it's bawah 0, right? Why we can take the 4 and potong into half like this? Because this is a kite. Okay, if it's a kite, of course, this line and this line punya midpoint, they are the same point. So definitely this has to be the midpoint. It means this ratio and this ratio, they will have, the ratio will be 1, 1. That's why the 4 can divide 2. Okay, you tak pernah tengok kite yang apa tak balance punya, right? The kite must be balanced one. So yeah, we can assume this is the midpoint, right? Oh, but I want to betulkan what I mentioned just now, because I said this one also, okay, if it's a parallelogram, okay, this line punya midpoint and this line punya midpoint sama, but they never mentioned this is a parallelogram, so we cannot assume this line punya midpoint is here. Alright, it's not, because this one is lebih pendek, this one is lebih panjang, but this line definitely is sama panjang. Yeah, that this one definitely the O is the midpoint. All right. Okay, that's why we can write 2 unit lah. Alright, the total is 4 unit. Okay, now we can do the mx. Okay, it means here now we know my c is 2 already, so I can write y equals mx plus c. Okay, the c is 2 lah, because you can use your eyes to see the y-intercept. The y-intercept is here. This is 2. Okay, but how to find the m, the gradient? The gradient, I have 2 points already, so just take y minus y, 2 minus 0, and then 0 minus 8. So you end up with negative 1 over 4. So final answer, y equals negative 1 over 4x plus 2. Right? So that's the answer. Okay, let me double confirm. Let me double check. Betul ke saya buat? Yeah, I think everything correct. Yeah, so let's continue. Okay, bahagian B. Jawab semua soalan dalam bahagian ni. Answer all questions in this section. So number 11. I think this is logical reasoning. So state whether the following statements is a statement or non-statement. Okay, did they put answer space? Yes. Okay, but I'll just write it beside lah. Okay, so is this a statement or non-statement? Let's check. 3x bracket x plus y equals to 3x squared plus 3xy. Okay, whenever I teach in class, I always say to my student, if you nampak other xy, then it's non-statement, right? But actually, this is statement, even though it has xy. The reason why is because they are other equal. All right. So statement means what? It means the sentence is either true or false. Ataupun you boleh cakap statement is when you can determine benar ataupun palsu. Okay, it means you can determine the true value. Non-statement is you cannot determine the true value. You cannot determine whether it's true or false. This one, can you determine true or false? Okay, 3x times x, 3x squared, 3x times y, 3xy. And you can see 3x squared plus 3xy is the same, right? It means this is a true statement. So the fact that you can prove that it's true means it's statement already. So this is a pernyataan, it's a statement. Okay, and it's a true statement to be more specific. But you don't have to write true or false. They just ask you statement or non-statement. So that's it. Number 2, combine the following statement P and Q using the word and, hence state whether the compound statement is true or false. So let's combine x plus y equals 2xy and 1 power 0 plus 10 power 0 equals to 2. So this is how you combine using the word and. So like that, then you finish already. And then they say state whether the compound statement is true or false. So you have to determine the true value. So what I'll write here, true or false? X plus y 2xy. Okay, false. Okay, I don't even have to look at the second one. Okay, why I write false? Let's how to say? Uh let's let's see. X plus y equals 2xy. Okay, first of all, x plus x is 2x. 2x plus y is 2x plus y. Because you cannot take x plus y together. So this is wrong. Okay, this is wrong. Okay, so this is false lah. So if this is false, belakang tak payah tengok already. Sebab kalau n, dia kena dua-dua true baru boleh true. Kalau n. Okay, so if the first one is false already, then the whole thing false already. Even though the belakang is true, it's still false. Okay, but let's look at the belakang one. 1 power 0 is 1, 10 power 0 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, this is actually true. Okay, this is actually false. But it doesn't matter because n. So if n, in the end, it becomes false. So I write here, this is a false statement, this is a true statement. But why in the end I write false? Because n. If this is or, then I will write true. Because if or, salah satu true, then the whole thing true already. But kalau n, dia kena dua-dua true baru boleh true. Satu false, then the whole thing false already. Soalan B. Antecedent is this one, consequent is this one. Number one, write an implication based on the antecedent given above. This is so easy. So what is the format for implication? If P then Q, and I mentioned in my last video also, P we call it antecedent. So what we do is we write the antecedent. If square root m square plus 4 square equals to 5, comma, then m equals to 3. Then you get mark already. Okay, then you get full mark already. So easy, right? Okay, what about number 2? Hence, write an inverse of the following implication. Okay, this is your P, this is your Q. For inverse, you have to write if not P, then not Q. It means you have to do negation. So it will be if square root m square plus 4 square not equals 5, then m not equals to 3. It means we do negation for both, right? But what if they say converse? If converse, you don't do negation. If converse, you terbalikkan. It means you write if Q, then P. Kalau converse. Kalau inverse, you do negation. If not P, then not Q. Okay, this one is converse, this one is inverse. But what if they say contrapositive? Contrapositive, it will be if not Q, then not P. Okay, yang ni semua kena tahu lah. And what is converse in Bahasa Melayu? Akas. Inverse in Bahasa Melayu is songsang. Contrapositive in Bahasa Melayu is also contrapositive. Okay, so yang ni semua kena tahu lah. But this one, I think I will erase it lah, because this is not the working. This is just some notes for you. Oh, excuse me. Okay, let's continue with the last question. Soalan C. Make a general conclusion. Definitely inductive. Okay, because inductive is they will give you specific, but you have to make it into general. But deductive, they will give you a general formula, and then you just apply the form. You just sub in the formula with a specific information, right? Okay, make a general conclusion by induction for the sequence of numbers, blah, 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 which follow the following pattern. Okay, can you see these are all specific? But I have to convert this to a general formula. Okay, but if it's a deductive argument, they will give you the formula straight away. For example, let's say 2n plus 3. Okay, this is the general formula. And then what they will do is they will ask you to sub in the n with 2. Right? Sub in the n with 2. So what you do, you just ganti with 2 plus 3. It means you, from general formula, you have to convert to specific. And they will tell you specific the n berapa macam tu. Okay, but this question is inductive. So the one they give you is they already apply the formula. We have to form the formula. That's why it's terbalik one. The process is terbalik. They already write this. I have to convert it back to this formula. That's why it's from specific to general. So these are all specific. But I have to convert to general. So how to do it? So I'll write like this. Dot. Okay. First I will wait. Why I cannot write? Okay, let's besarkan. Okay, first is I will write dot. And then I will look at the formula. Okay, don't look at all these numbers. Ignore all these numbers. Just look at this side. So, bracket 3. Semua bracket 3, saya pun bracket 3. Saya punya formula pun akan jadi bracket 3. Darab. Saya pun akan darab. Okay, 1, 4, 9, 16. These are all perfect square. It means the numbers sudah tukar. Okay, so I will write n. And then tutup bracket. Semua minus 5, saya pun minus 5. So this is the formula lah. But it's not correct. I want to mention one thing. Whenever we write the general formula, the one yang tak ada tukar, kita tak tukar. So 3, 3, 3, 3, saya pun 3. Darab, saya pun darab. -5, saya pun -5. But the 1, 4, 9, 16, it keeps changing. That's why I write n, right? But your n have to be 0, 1, 2, 3, ataupun 1, 2, 3, 4. Then only is considered correct. But your n now is 1, 4, 9, 16. So what you have to do is you have to put square here, because 1, 4, 9, 16, these are all perfect squares. So 1 is actually 1 square, 4 is actually 2 square, 9 is actually 3 square, 16 is actually 4 square. So you actually have to write n square here. So what I'll write here, the sequence can be written as this formula. 3 times n square minus 5, and then use this symbol. N is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. That's what, and then you put dot. And if you put 1 here, what will happen? 3 times 1 square minus 5, which is 3 times 1 minus 5. What if you put 2 inside? It will be 3 times 2 square minus 5, which is exactly the same as this, because 2 square is 4. And if you ganti with 3, it will be exactly the same with this. You ganti with 4, exactly the same with this. Okay, I want to explain what if I write like this. Is this correct? I want to ask you, what if I write like this? The formula, I write 3 times n minus 5. And then I write n equals 1, 4, 9, 16. Is this correct? No, this is wrong. Because if you write like this, 3 times n minus 5, your n will be 1, 4, 9, 16, right? It means the n you have to ganti with 1, 4, 9. But this is wrong, because I told you already, your n has to be 1, 2, 3, 4 ataupun 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's why this is wrong. So to convert this to 1, 2, 3, 4, I have to write n square. Because these are all perfect square. So this is wrong. The one I write here is salah. This is the correct one. All right. So that's all. Let's continue. Okay, number 12. I think this is cukai pendapatan income tax. So let's read the question. Okay, number 12. Encik Teo is a clerk. His annual income is 45400. He has donated 500. Every time you do income tax, you always see donation. What is donation? The tax exemption, right? But it means you have to minus lah. And then to a government approved orphan, the total relief claimed by him is this. So this is the total relief. The total relief. And then table 4 shows the part of individual income tax rate. So this is the jadwal to find income tax. So this jadwal will help you to find the cukai dasar and cukai baki. Cukai dasar is the base tax. Cukai baki is the balance. Okay, what about number 1? What it says? Calculate the income tax payable by Encik Teo. Hitung cukai pendapatan. Okay, this one, the working will be quite long. So I think I will write. I will use this space bar here. So first step to calculate income tax is to find the chargeable income. Okay, chargeable income. Okay, is there any space that I can use to? I think I can use the space above here. Yeah, let's use the above space here to explain to you the steps. So let's talk about income tax. Income tax, cukai pendapatan. So how to calculate income tax? First step is to calculate the chargeable income. I'll write in bahasa Melayu also. Pendapatan bercukai. Pendapatan bercukai and cukai pendapatan is not the same. So be careful. So how to get pendapatan bercukai? You take your total income, total annual income, okay, minus with all the tax exemption, and then minus tax relief. This is how you find chargeable income. Okay, so this is the first step. Second step, you refer the jadwal. Okay, the table, the jadwal. And after you get your jadwal, you will get your cukai dasar. Okay, I'll write in English. You will get your base tax. It means your cukai dasar. And then after that, you can also get your balance from the jadwal. We call it not balance. We call it cukai baki. Cukai baki. Okay, cukai baki. And what you do is you will tambah. You will take the cukai dasar tambah cukai baki. So step 3 is you will take the cukai dasar tambah the cukai baki. Okay, I think I should write the tambah one in step 2. So after you write down this one, you will plus them together lah, plus them, and then you get the get get a value here. But that one is still not the cukai perlu dibayar. You still have to take this value, okay, okay. You have to tolak dengan rebate. Okay, you have to tolak dengan rebate. Okay, and after you tolak rebate, that's the answer. Finish already. That's the answer. Okay, so inilah semua step yang you kena hafal untuk cari cukai pendapatan, untuk cari income tax yang perlu dibayar. So what is rebate? Rebate ada dua jenis. First type of rebate is when your CI stands for chargeable income ataupun pendapatan bercukai. If your CI is less than or sama dengan 35,000, you have to rebate 400. There will be a rebate 400 here. But the minus 400, you minus dekat last step. You don't go and minus here. Please don't do that. Rebate we always minus last kali. And then another type of rebate is called zakat slash fitrah. This one is only for Muslim citizen, and we only have and when will we have this? When the question got mentioned. If the question doesn't mention zakat fitrah, means don't have already. So this question got mentioned zakat or not? No, right? They never mentioned. So this guy is not eligible for the zakat rebate. Okay, but we don't know whether the chargeable income 400, we still don't know yet because we haven't do yet, right? So now I will find my chargeable income. Okay, and what is the formula? Total annual income 45400 minus exception 500 minus relief 12630. So let's write down 45400 minus 500 and then minus 12630. Let's double confirm again. Did I write it correct? Oh, yeah, correct. So now we press 45400 minus 500 minus 12630. My calculator give me 32270. So I want to ask you, if the chargeable income is RM 32270, is this guy eligible for the rebate 400 ringgit? The answer is yes, because the income tax is less than or sama dengan 35,000. So later, during my final step, I have to minus 400 rebate. But don't minus now. Don't minus now. Okay, not now. Now, what you should do is look at the jadual and get your base tax. Okay, cukai dasar. In bahasa Melayu, cukai dasar. And then you also get the balance. Okay, how to look at your jadual? Your chargeable income is 32270. So pendapatan bercukai awak 32270. So pendapatan bercukai, chargeable income 322. So this is the jadual. This is the jadual. And we look at this bracket. So how to get your base tax? Your base tax is this, the one yang tulis atas amount sini. Okay, and then your balance is this one, 15,000 berikut 3%. Okay, this is the percentage. Okay, but we also have to focus on this word, 20,000 pertama. Okay, it means we only focus on this word, this value, and this. The rest all rubbish. This one we don't care. Okay, so we only focus this, and this. So the 150, that is your cukai dasar. That is your base tax. So the base tax is 150. But what is your cukai baki? Your balance. Your balance. So I will just write balance on tax. If you want to write in Bahasa Melayu, go ahead. Okay, you can write cukai baki. Okay, how to get the balance? Can you see this 150 is only for 20,000 pertama? So it means I have to take my chargeable income, which is 32270, minus with 20,000. Okay, because for 20,000 pertama you already pay 150, and then the balance you have to darab dengan 3%, and 3% is 0.03. This is how you calculate the balance, the cukai baki. Okay, why is it 0.03? Because 3% means 3 divided 100. Okay, now we tekan. Okay, let me press my calculator. Okay, my calculator give me 368.1. So this is my cukai baki ataupun in English balance tax. So now you can find your income tax. Income tax. Okay, income tax. So what is your income tax? Just take this value plus together, 150 plus 368.10. So you plus this, you will get your cukai pendapatan. So plus 150, 518.10. Okay, so what is your income tax? RM 518.10. If you don't want to write RM atas ini tak apa, but the last baris have to write. But this is not the answer, because they are asking for income tax payable, cukai pendapatan yang perlu dibayar. Look at my notes. Look at my nota. After you take the base tax plus balance tax, you only finish until step number 2. you still have to do step number 3, which is tolak rebate. Baru you boleh dapat cukai perlu dibayar, because you want to find income tax payable. So what you write here? You have to still minus rebate. So what you have to write here? Income tax payable. Okay, income tax payable. In bahasa Melayu, cukai yang perlu dibayar. So what you do is you take 508.1 and the final step is tolak dengan rebate. So this guy does not have zakat. In the whole question tak ada cakap zakat. So definitely tak ada zakat. But there's also another type of rebate. The 400 ringgit rebate if your chargeable is less than 35,000. And this question, memang you punya chargeable income less than 35,000. Okay, because it's only 32,000, right? So saya kena tolak 400 dekat sini. So your final answer will be what? Let me press. Okay, 118.1. So your cukai perlu dibayar is RM 118.10. Okay. That is soalan number 1 punya jawapan. Soalan number 2. What if one day they want to find chargeable income? Then you only do until here. Okay, if they want chargeable income. But this question, they want income tax payable. That's why you have to do the whole thing. Number 2, if Encik Teo makes a monthly tax deduction, PCB. PCB stands for potongan cukai bulanan. Okay, potongan cukai bulanan. In English, monthly tax deduction. So look at this word, bulanan, monthly, of 80 ringgit from his salary every month. Determine whether Encik Teo should increase his income tax payment. Justify your answer. Okay, let's go back to our nota. Let's talk about PCB. Let's talk about PCB. So what is PCB? It's another type of discount. Okay, okay, it's potongan mah. Potongan is like discount. But you need to know, kalau you punya tax payable, tax means the cukai perlu dibayar, is less than more than your PCB. Okay, if your tax is more than your PCB, it means you kurang bayar, insufficient. Okay, wait, I shouldn't write like this. You have to take because if your tax is more than PCB, it means you follow the step 1, step 2, step 3 first. After you do step 3, tolak rebate, you will get the answer for tax, right? So the tax, if it's more than the PCB, then you have to take the tax, tolak PCB to get the insufficient payment. Insufficient means kurang bayar. Okay, so I write in Malay here, kurang bayar. Okay, so if kurang bayar, what you have to do? If kurang bayar, what you have to do? You have to make the payment, insufficient payment must be made to IRB. IRB stands for Inland Revenue Board ataupun LHDN. Okay, because you kurang bayar mah. So you kurang bayar means the amount yang you kurang bayar, you kena bayar kepada LHDN sebab you kurang bayar, right? But what if your tax is less than your PCB? Then you will take your PCB minus tax. But if you take your PCB minus tax, it means you bayar lebih. Bayar lebih, we call it excess, lebih. Okay, yang tadi is kurang bayar yang lebih. So kalau lebih macam mana? Kalau lebih, the excess will be refunded back to you, right? So will be refunded by IRB ataupun LHDN to the taxpayers account. Okay, to you lah, to the orang yang bayar cukai, so to the taxpayer bank account. Okay, my nota is a bit messy, but yang penting is you faham lah. So let's talk about PCB. Got 2 case. PCB is like a type of discount. Okay, potongan, right? It stands for potongan. So if the amount you have to pay is more than the discount, like imagine you go to a shop, right? The discount is 3 ringgit, but you have to pay 10 ringgit. Okay, the discount is 3 ringgit. So it means you have to pay how much to the guy? 7 ringgit, right? Because 10 ringgit, discount 3 ringgit, you have to pay 7. So it means if your tax means the price yang you kena bayar is more than the discount, it means you insufficient. It means you still have to pay. 7, right? So that's why the insufficient payment must be made, right? But you will not pay 10. You will pay 10 minus 3. That's why I said kena tolak. Macam tu. But what if one day the discount is 10 ringgit. The discount is 10 ringgit. But you kena bayar 3 ringgit saja. You kena bayar 3 ringgit saja. Tapi the discount is 10 ringgit. So what will happen is the tax is less than your PCB. It means the amount yang you kena bayar is smaller than the discount. So if smaller than discount means you excess already. It means you lebih bayar already. Because you're supposed to pay 3 ringgit, but the discount is 10 ringgit. So what you do is there will be an excess lebih. So you lebih bayar. So the excess will be refunded, but they will not refund 10 ringgit to you. They will refund 7 only. Because you lebih bayar 7. That's why you have to take PCB minus tax. Okay? And then it will be refunded back to you lah. But of course, this is just an example lah. Okay, in kedai, I don't think they will, like when you buy stuff, I don't think the discount will be higher than the price, right? This one is just an example to make you understand. Okay, so the idea is like that lah. That's the concept. Okay, so after you understand this, now we can jawab this question. So first thing first, the PCB is 80. First, you have to take the 80 times 12. Yeah, because this is for monthly. So the PCB, which is 80, you have to times 12 first, no matter what. So you will get RM 960. And then you compare this 960 with your cukai perlu dibayar, which is how many just now? 118.1. So that is your tax. That is your tax. Okay, RM 118.1. So now you tell me, your tax is bigger than PCB or your tax is smaller than PCB? Your tax is bigger than PCB, right? So what I'll write here, your tax is bigger than PCB. So it means the amount yang you kena bayar is more than the discount. So this one kurang bayar or lebih bayar? Kurang bayar. So determine whether Encik Teo should increase his income tax payment. Justify your answer. So should he increase his income tax payment? Okay, let's look at the nota. If tax is more than PCB, what it means? It means insufficient. So what I'll write? I will first take tax minus PCB first. So I will write insufficient tax payment. Insufficient payment. Okay, ataupun dalam bahasa Melayu not lebih kurang. Kurang. So kurang bayar berapa? 118.10. Wait. Sorry. Your tax is not lebih lah. Sorry. I silap tengok. This one is 960. Sorry class. I made a mistake here. I thought this one, I don't know, I silap tengok. So your tax is actually less than PCB because tax is 118, but the PCB is 900. So it's less than. So if you less than means what? It means it's not insufficient. Okay, it means the amount yang you kena bayar is less than the discount. It means the discount lagi besar. Okay? So if the discount lagi besar means lebih bayar. So what I write here is excess. So the excess amount is how much? You will take 960 minus with 118.10. So this is the excess. So let's press. Okay, my calculator give me 841.90. So what RM 841.90, what is this? This is the money yang you lebih bayar. So this money you will not have to pay. The LHDN will refund back to you. So determine whether Encik Teo should increase his income tax payment. No, he don't need to increase. He lebih bayar already. So justify your answer. So this is how you justify lah. You just take this one, tolak this one, right? But I think it's also good to write down this baris. The excess will be refunded to the bank account, right? So I will say excess amount of RM 841.90 will be refunded by you can write IRB or LHDN, up to you. Refunded by IRB ataupun LHDN to the taxpayer. What is the taxpayer name? Encik Teo. So to Encik Teo's bank account. Okay. So I think this is good enough, right? So let's see what they want. Determine whether Encik Teo should increase. Justify your answer. So I will say no. because he never kurang bayar, he just bayar lebih. So the behan 841.90 will be refunded back, right? And they say give a reason, right? I think I already give the reason. The reason is this: the tax is less than the PCB. That's why. That's the reason, right? So make sure you hafal this also. Okay. So let's continue with soalan B. Okay. Soalan B. Okay, let's read the question. Ijek Teo owns a house in Jerantot. Okay, this one is B. He has received an assessment. Okay, I think this is property assessment tax. Hey, I realize a lot of property assessment tax question in your trial. Okay, because I do a lot of set already. Memang banyak kali dia tanya. Okay, assessment tax bill from Geranto District Council given annual value is 4280. The assessment rate is 4.5%. Calculate tax that Encik Teo must pay for the first half year. Okay, let's write down the property assessment tax formula. So the property assessment tax for for 1 year. So for 1 year, in 1 year, the formula is take the annual value darab dengan the rate. Okay, to be more specific, is the rate of property assessment tax lah. So let's look at this question. The annual value is 4280. So let's put it in. Oh, by the way, sometimes they will ask this also. So I want to mention annual value is actually the monthly rent darab 12. Okay, so sometimes to make the question harder, they don't give you the annual value, but they give you the monthly rent. So what you do? You times 12 lah. You times 12 to get the annual value, then only you darab with the rate. Okay. Okay, for this question, the rate is 4.5%, but you don't darab 4.5. Salah, salah. You have to darab 0.045. Because 4.5% means 4.5 divide 100. And if you press this, you will get 0.045. Alright. So now you press this in your calculator and see what you get. 4280 times 0.04. Okay, my calculator give me RM 192.66, right? But this is not the answer. This is not the answer. Read the question. Calculate the tax that Encik Teo must pay for the first half year. This formula is for to find 1 year. So what is the half year? So what I'll write is property assessment tax for half year. So to get the property assessment tax for half year, you have to take 192.6 divide 2, like that. Okay, my calculator give me RM 96.30. So that's the answer lah. Sudah siap. Okay, let's continue. Number 13. Table 5.1 shows the daily expenses in RM of a group of college students. I think this is measures of dispersion and it's a group data. It's a group data because I saw class here. So A says what? Based on the table, based on the data in this table, complete table 5.2 in the answer space. Okay, let's go ahead and find the answer space. Okay, this one. Okay, so let's complete the table lah. Okay, cumulative, how you find it? The first one will be the same. Okay, and then the next one will be 0 plus 2, which is 2, 2, and then 2 plus 5, 7, 7 plus 9, 16, 16 plus 10, 26 plus 12, 38, 38 plus 8, 46 plus 4, 50. Right? This is how you find cumulative. Upper boundary is you will take the upper limit of the class, tambah the next number divide 2. So what is the upper limit? 30 plus the next number 31 divide 2, 30.5. Next one, the upper limit of this class is 35 plus with the next number 36 divide 2, 35.5. Next one will be 40 plus 41 divide 2, 40.5. And then 45 plus 60 divide 2, 45.5. And then this one is 50 plus 51 divide 2, 50.5. This one is 55 plus 56 divide 2, 55.5. And then 60 plus 61 divide 2, 60.5. This one is 65. The next number is 66. So plus and divide 2 is 65.5. Okay, sudah siap. Soalan A 2 markah ini saja. Dia want to complete, you get 2 marks. Okay, what about B? For this part of question, use the graph paper provided on page 22. And then they say by using a scale 2 cm to 5 on horizontal, 2 cm to 5 on vertical, draw and give. Okay, let me tell you the common mistake the student always make. Okay, satu common mistake yang selalu student buat salah. Student akan buat macam ni tau. 5, 10, 15, and then so on. And then here 5, 10, 15. Okay, it's wrong, you know. It's wrong if you do it like this. Just because they give you the scale, Doesn't mean you can do it like this. For this chapter lah, for this chapter cannot. Because this chapter, you have to look at what they want you to draw, and also you have to follow whatever. Okay, like I give an example. Let's say they want to draw ogive. So ogive, you kena hafal sebenarnya. Sini guna apa, sini guna apa. Sini guna upper boundary, sini guna cumulative. So actually the 5, 10, 15 is wrong. You cannot terus plus 5. You have to start from 30.5. Faham maksud saya? It means you have to write 30.5 dulu, and then baru plus 5, baru 35.5, 40.5. It means you have to follow this one, right? But what if they want to draw histogram? If they want to draw histogram, then you have to start with the lower boundary of the first class. Lower boundary of the first class. Kalau histogram. Tapi kalau frequency polygon, you kena start dengan midpoint of the first class. That is why you have to how to say, depends on what they want you to draw, and you have to hafal lah. Kalau histogram guna boundary dengan frequency, kalau polygon guna midpoint dengan frequency, tapi kalau ogive guna upper boundary dengan cumulative. That is why they ask you to find upper boundary dengan cumulative later. And one more thing you have to realize, kalau ogive you have to make sure the first cumulative is 0, or else your ogive will how to say, will float like this. You have to make sure the first one is 0, okay, so that the ogive is not floating. Okay, it's not floating. So if you look at this, they already tambah satu class for you, 0. So if they already tambah for you, it means you don't have to tambah already. So you can straight away draw the ogive. So what I will do now is go to my x-axis and then put 30.5, 35.5 until 65.5. All right. So I will go here, 0, 30.5, and then 35.5, 40.5, 45.5, 50.5, 55.5, 60.5, 65.5. And then instead of writing upper boundary, you have to write what? You cannot write upper boundary. You have to write daily expenses. All right. So this one, the correct one is to write daily expenses and write the RM also lah, the unit. Okay, what about the y-axis? The y-axis you use cumulative. Yang ni you boleh terus naik 5, 10, 15. Yang ni boleh, tak ada masalah. So just put 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And then here you will write cumulative. Okay, let's make it thicker. Let's use, okay, then cumulative. Cumulative frequency. And then after you write, now you can start to plot. But when you plot, don't look at this. Don't look at this. Only look at the cumulative and upper. So the first one is 30.50. So we plot 30.50. So we put here. Okay, done. Next one. 35.52. So 35.52. So let's go. 35.5 is here. 2 is 9. Okay, from here to here is plus 5. But there is a 10 kotak kecil. So 1 kotak kecil is 5 divided 10. So 1 kotak kecil is 0.5. So how to plot 2? Naik 1, 0.5. And then plus lagi is 1.0. And then 1.52. So naik 4 kotak kecil. It means every time you naik 1 kotak, you tambah 0.5. That's why you kena naik 2. That means 0.5, 1.0, 1.52. That's why you kena naik 4 kotak kecil. Next one. 40.57. So let's plot 40.57. So where is 40.5? Here, 7 is 5. Naik 1, 5.5, 6.0, 6.5, 7. So naik 4 kotak kecil also. Remember, 1 kotak kecil now is 0.5. Okay, let's make it smaller. I think it's easier if I kecilkan. Okay, let's do the next one. The next one is 45.5, 16. 16 is 15 naik 2 kotak. So 45.5, 16 is 15 naik 2 kotak. 2 kotak kecil. Why 2 kotak? Because 15 naik 1 is 15.5. So naik lagi 1, you will get 16. Okay. So that's how you do it. Next one. 50.5, 26. 50.5, 26. 50.5 is this one. 26 is 25 tambah 2 kotak. Yeah, it's here. Okay, sometimes I see students when they plot the ogive they only look at this. Tamau. You have to look at the upper boundary at the same time also. Okay, so tengok sini juga. So 55.5, 38. So 55.5 is here, 38. 38 is just 40. Turun 2 kotak is 39. Turun lagi 2 is, yeah. Excuse me. So let's plot nicely. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think it's good enough. Next, excuse me. 60.5, 46. Okay, where's 46? 46 is just 45. So 60.5, 46 is just 45. Naik dua. So somewhere. Okay, the last one. The last one is 65.5. 50. Okay, excuse me. 65.5 and then 50. Okay, so I think I silap tulis. Okay, so excuse me. Now we can draw our ogive. So use freehand, cannot use ruler. So I will draw my ogive. Okay, kalau tak cantik, you boleh padam and do it again. Okay, let's try one more time. Let's go. Okay, something like this. Okay, if you don't like it, you can erase and betulkan. Okay, it will be harder for me because I'm using laptop. Okay, okay. This line tak cantik. This line also tak cantik. So let's do it one more time. Yep. And then here also need some adjustment. Okay, I think it's good enough. Just make sure when you erase nicely lah. Don't. Okay, I think it looks good, right? So okay, after you draw this, you still have to write the tajuk. Okay, if have to write tajuk. The tajuk is ogive, and then also you have to check this axis. So from here to here, you plus 30.5, but here you plus 5, plus 5, plus 5. So if if like this, you have to tambah this, right? Tambah this symbol. When will we tambah this symbol? When the gap here and the gap here is not the same. So here is plus 30.5, but here plus 5, plus 5. That's why you have to add this symbol. Okay, sudah siap. This is your ogive. Now we can do our part C. What is our part C? Let's besarkan. So part C says, based on table 5.1, okay, calculate the standard deviation. Okay, let's change back to the normal answer. Calculate standard deviation of the daily expenses. So calculate standard deviation. Let's go. First, what is the formula for standard deviation? It will be square root sum of x square bahagi dengan n tolak dengan mean square. Ataupun the other formula for it is sum of fx square bahagi dengan sum of f tolak dengan mean square. Bila masa nak guna formula yang ni? Bila masa nak guna formula yang ni? Kalau ada frekuensi ataupun kalau group data, mesti kita akan guna formula ni. So, for this question, we won't use this. We will use this. So, what we have to do, we have to take the frequency times with the x square and then sigma. Sigma means dijumlahkan. Okay, jumlah means you tambah lah. And then bahagi dengan sum of frequency tolak dengan mean square. Alright. So which one is your f? Which one is your x? This one is your f. This one is your x. But before that, you have to find your mean first. So how to find your mean? So you will draw a garisan. Okay. Okay. It's a blue color line, but whatever lah. Can also. So what you have how to find your mean? So your mean formula, kalau ada frequency, kita akan ambil sum of f darab x bahagi dengan sum of f. F darab x sum means you have to take the x times the frequency and then dijumlahkan. The sum means dijumlahkan. So how to do? We have our frequency already, but our x is a class, it's a group data. So what you have to do? You have to take 0, which is the frequency, times with the x, right? But the x, you want to take 26 or 27 or 28 or 29 or 30. So you cannot choose like that. Okay, it means you have to choose satu wakil. You have to choose someone to represent this class. And who will we choose? We will always choose the midpoint. It means kalau dia group data, this x here, you have to find midpoint. Okay, kalau group data lah. Same with this. This x also, it will be the midpoint. Kalau dia group data. So what I should do now is find midpoint for everyone here. So how to find midpoint? 26 plus 30 divide 2. Okay. But make sure you tekan equal dulu, baru bahagi dulu. 31 plus 35 equal bahagi 2. So you get 33. And then this one is 38, 43, 48, 53, 58, 63. So now you can take your frequency and x times together. So you'll get right 28 times 0. Or you want to write 0 times 28 also can. Plus 33 times 2. Or 2 times 33 is the same. 38 times 5 plus 43 times 9 plus 48 times 10. If I write bracket like this means times, and then 53 times 12 plus 58 times 8, and then plus 63 times 4. The total frequency is written here, 50. Okay, so now divide 50 and then we press yang atas lah. Okay, 28 times 0 tak payah tekan sebab itu kosong, plus 38 times 5 plus 43 times 9 plus 48 times 10 plus 53 times 12 plus 58 times 8 plus 63 times 4. Okay, my calculator give me 2533. And then I divide 50. So 50.66. So the answer here is 50.66, but not the final answer. This is the mean. Okay, I want to double check because I takut I tekan salah. So let me press again. Plus 38 times 5, 33 times 2, 38, plus 43 times 9, plus 48 times 10, plus 53 times 12, plus 58 times 8, plus 50. Okay, when I press again, it give me different answer. Okay, this is actually 2475. Okay, nasib baik saya ada double check. Kalau tak nanti kena padam semua. So what is 2475 bahagi 50? 49.5. Yeah, 49.5. Okay, so this is your mean. Okay, let me just press one more time just to double check. 3 times 2 plus 58 times 5 plus 3 times 9 plus 58 times 10 plus 53 times 12 plus 58 times 8 plus 53 times 12. Yeah, 2475 divided 50, 49.5. But this one got unit RM. So the unit for mean would be 49.50. Okay, this is the mean. Okay, if you look at the question, they ask you to find standard deviation. So you might ask, hey, Cikgu, why you wasting your time? Why you find the mean? Because if you don't find mean, you cannot find your standard deviation. Your standard deviation kena ada mean dulu. So sekarang baru saya cari standard deviation. And the formula will be square root. Kita buat satu line yang panjang. Okay. So square root like this. Okay. And then another panjang line here. But then you have to tolak dengan something. Tolak dengan what? Mean square. And the mean is given. You find already 49.5. Sebab tu lah I said you kena cari mean dulu. Kalau you tak cari mean, macam mana nak cari standard deviation? Standard deviation is sisian piawai in bahasa Melayu. Okay, what you write for the standard deviation, you will write 28 times 0 plus, is the same. It's the same. You just copy only 33 times 2 plus 38 times 5 plus 43 times 9 plus 58 times 10. It's just the same thing. Just copy only 53 times 12 plus 58 times 8 plus 63 times 4 is the same thing. But you have to tambah square. Tapi tambah square dekat mana? Tambah dekat 28 or tambah dekat 0? Or tambah dekat both? Sebenarnya, look at the formula. The formula for standard deviation is frequency x square. Siapa yang square? Frequency tak ada square. X sahaja yang square. It means the midpoint yang kena square. Because x is the midpoint. Tak ada orang frequency letak square. So please don't put square at your frequency, letak dekat x, which is 28, 33, and so on. So you have to square 28, 33 square, 38 square, 43 square. So the square only tambah dekat nombor midpoint. Okay, don't tambah at the frequency. And don't forget, the whole thing have to divide with total frequency 50. Okay, now if you press all of these, you will get your answer. So I will separate it into two baris like this. It means I will not straight away give the answer. First, I will jumlahkan sini dulu. Then only I'll write the final answer here. Okay, so now I'll press everything above here now. So let's press 28 square times 0 plus 33 square times 2 plus 38 square times 5 plus 43 square times 9 plus 48 square times 10 plus 53 square times 12 plus 58 square times 8 plus 63 square times 4. 125575. Now I will press answer divide 50 minus bracket 49.5 square equals and then square root answer. 7.826. I always write 4 significant figure. So this is my standard deviation. Okay, you can write 7.83 also. But it's better if you write 4 significant figures. Itu jawapan dia. Okay, let me double check with the calculator again. 48 square times 5 plus 43 square times 9 plus 48 square times 10 plus 53 square times 12 plus 73 square times 12. Okay, I think correct already lah. So that is the answer. Okay, let me check. Did I study correctly? Betul, 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 betul. Okay lah. So that's how you do question number 13. Okay, number 14. Diagram 9.1 shows two right angle triangle. So we saw here, and then the triangle TRS is the image of PQR. So TRS is the image. So the small one is the image, the big one is the object. Can you see the moment I dare cakap separate image, I straight away label already, right? So under an enlargement, it is given that 3PR equals to 6TS. I think this is important. Right? So let's write it down. Okay, it means your image now is getting bigger or getting smaller. Is getting smaller. So if your image is getting smaller, what will be your scale factor K? Your K will be less than 1 because your image is getting smaller. Right? That's why your image will be smaller than 1. Okay, now they say soalan number 1, calculate the scale factor of enlargement. The formula for scale factor K is take the I bahagi dengan O. But the I stands for length of image bahagi length of object. Bukan area. So it's image bahagi object. So let me ask you, can I take 4 divide 18? Since this is the image, this is the object, right? So can I take 4 divide 18? Betul ke kalau saya buat macam ni? Salah. Mana boleh? You kena ambil panjang bahagi panjang. Tapi you have to take the corresponding side. You kena ambil panjang yang sepadan. If you want to take 4 cm, you tak boleh bahagi 18. You have to take 4 cm, you have to bahagi dengan sini. Itu maksud dia. Then what if I want to take this panjang, TS? Can also. Then you bahagi 18 lah. But I don't have the TS panjang. But how to find TS panjang? Use this formula lah. Can you see 3 times PR equals to 6 times TS? And TS you nak cari kan? Tapi PR sudah bagi mah 18, so masuk je 18. So how to find TS? 3 times 18 and then darab 6 pindah jadi bahagi 6. So you can get your TS. So if you press this, what you get? You will get 9. Right? You will get 9 cm. So since TS is 9 cm, now you can find your scale factor. You will take 9 divide 18 ataupun 18 divide 9. 9 divide 18. Kenapa? Because image bahagi object. Okay? You don't take 18 divide 9. So 9 divide 18, which is 1 over 2. So what is your scale factor? 1 over 2. Okay? So do you remember in the beginning I said, right, if your image getting smaller, your scale factor less than 1. You see, your your scale factor is really less than 1. But if you take 18 divide 9, you will get 2. Then wrong already. Because 2 means if the scale factor 2 means your image must get bigger. So that's why it's wrong. Okay, so this is the correct one. What about number 2? Area of the whole diagram. Okay, this is quite easy, I think. But if I want to find area of whole diagram, first I have to find area of the big triangle plus with the area of small triangle. How to find the area of this triangle? 1 over 2 times base times height. So 1 over 2 times 9 times 4. But for this triangle, I think I need this panjang first. Then only I can find the area, right? So how to get this panjang? Okay, so we can use scale factor to find. Because scale factor is 1 over 2, right? But we all know scale factor formula is length of image divided length of object. So this length of image is 4. Okay, and now I'm trying to find the object which is PQ. So the PQ I'll put bawah like this. So now I can erase the IO and then find the PQ. How to find? We will darab silang. Because if you have single fraction on both sides, you can darab silang. So PQ times 1 is PQ, 4 times 2 is 8 cm. Rupa-rupanya this is 8 cm. So now I think I can find the area. It's very simple already. So how to find the total area? It means the area of whole diagram. First you take 1 over 2 times base times height, and then 1 over 2 times base times height, and then plus. So the first triangle 1 over 2 times 8 times 18. This is how you get the first area. The other one 1 over 2 times 4 times 9. Potong dapat 9, dapat 4. So now you press 4 times 18 in your calculator. 72. Plus potong dapat 2 times 9 18, and then you will get 90 cm square. Right? So that's the answer. That's the answer. Okay, soalan B, diagram 9.2 shows 3 quadrilateral. So JLMN, JQRS, EFGH. Let's check JLMN, the big one. JQRS, this one. And then EFGH, the down one. Drawn on a Cartesian plane, JLMN is image of coordinator EFGH under transformation W mean. The moment they say siapa image, siapa object, that's when you have to terus tulis siapa arrow siapa, right? So JLMN is the image of this EFGH under two transformation. So two transformation, two arrows. JLMN is the paling belakang because dia kata ini adalah image for EFGH. But why two arrow? Because two transformation WV. It means the first one is V, the second one is V, W. So the first one is V followed by W like that. Then what about the middle one? Okay, siapa yang tak kena panggil nama? EFGH sudah kena panggil, tulis depan. JLMN, the big one, also tulis belakang already. So the missing one here is the JQRS. So that must be the middle one. Then you write here. Excuse me. Now you can describe. So when you describe, you will write transformation. V is, okay, let's determine transformation V from EFGH to JQRS. This is very obvious, is reflection. Okay, let me explain a bit. This and this cannot be enlargement because they are the same size, and also it cannot be translation because translation the orientation kena sama. This one is already terbalik. If you look at the SR, the straight line, dia duduk atas, tapi yang ni dia duduk bawah. So definitely it's not translation because the orientation sudah tukar. So it's either reflect or rotate. But how you know reflect or rotate? You can lukis garisan. So lukis garisan tapi you kena join dengan kawan dia. So for example, J you kena join dengan E. It means you have to join with the corresponding points. You cannot simply join, and then S join with H, Q join with F, R join with Q. And I mentioned in my class before, if all your lines look parallel like this, it's a reflection. Okay, but if all your lines after you draw look like this, intersect at one point, then it's rotation 180. Okay, but if it's not parallel and it doesn't intersect at one point, then it's rotation 90 degree. Okay, but rotation 90 degree, then you have to use compass to find the center. But this one no need lah. This one is reflection. So reflection. So but if you write like this, you will not get full mark. You still have to write the reflection line. So you have to write transmission V is reflection in the line, or you can also say on the line, and then you have to write the reflection line. Okay, just now we all know J after reflect you get E. So got how many unit? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the half of it will be here. So this is the reflection line. Agree? Okay, because this is the midpoint of all the lines you draw. Okay, is the tengah, the middle line lah. So this line, how do we write it? This is a non-gradient line and it's potong y-axis. So we call it y equals. Dia potong y-axis dekat mana? -1. So this is the answer, right? Or if you want to write in bahasa Melayu, you write transformation V adalah pantulan pada garisan y equals -1. Can also. Okay, you want to write in bahasa Melayu, boleh juga. Tak ada masalah. Okay, transformation W. Okay, W is very obvious. W is very obvious. From JQRS to JLMN, this is enlargement. Okay, because dia sudah besarkan. So we call it pembesaran, right? Definitely pembesaran. But you will not get full mark if you just write like this. After you write enlargement, you have to describe in full. Means after you write enlargement, you still have to write what? Scale factor and center. Okay. Tapi kalau rotation, rotation kena tulis apa? Kena tulis berapa degree, kena tulis clockwise or anti-clockwise, and kena tulis center. Kalau rotation lah. Tapi kalau enlargement, kena tulis dua saja. Scale factor and the center. So I'll write transformation W is enlargement. I'll write the center first. So at center, okay, what is the enlargement center? J. Okay, and then with, and then you also have to write scale factor. Scale factor. So the scale factor is how much? The scale factor formula is image bahagi object, right? So JLMN is the image, JQRS is the object. So the big one. So we can calculate the panjang here and then bahagi panjang here, right? Because this one, they are sepadan, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you want to take 10 divide 5 or 5 divide 10? Mestilah 10 divide 5. Sebab yang besar is image, right? So you get 2. So the scale factor is 2. Okay, I want to explain a bit how I know the center is J. Because I draw lines. When you find enlargement center, you will draw lines. So you garis this yang sepadan also. N garis dengan S, L dengan Q, M dengan R, and then itulah enlargement center. That's why I write the center enlargement is J. And the J coordinate is at -4, 1. right? So if you don't want to write j, you can also write -4, 1. Okay, because it's the same point. Okay, or you want to write terus tulis j macam saya pun betul juga, right? All right, let's continue with question number 15. So I think this is another lower form chapter. Okay, it's called plan and elevation, right? Okay, tak apa, let's baca soalan. You are not allowed to use graph paper to answer this question. Okay, got it. And then diagram 10 shows a solid light bright prism with rectangular base A, B, C, D. Let's check. A, C, D. So it's a rectangular base. So I think if this is 4 cm, the AD should be 4 also, right? Since it's a rectangle, right? And then the plane ABKJFE is a uniform cross section of the prism. Let's go and find ABKJFE. ABKJFE is the cross section of this prism. Okay, understand? The rectangles EFGH and JKLM are on a horizontal plane. EFGH, where is it? Here EFGH and JKLM. Okay, nothing much. Rectangle FJMG is an inclined plane. So FJMG is inclined. Okay. The HEA and KB are vertical. EA and KB. Where's KB? Okay, here is vertical. While a cuboid is combined onto the solid on the vertical plane ARFJE, given that the length of EAHD 6 cm. I think this, if you have to label EA 6 cm. So if EA 6 cm, HD, they also give 6 cm. Where is HD? H to D, where is it? D is here. H is here. Oh, okay, okay. So from here to here. Okay, let's write here 6. And then ABSP 8 cm. AB, where's AB? This is B, this is A, 8 cm. But I know this is 4, so this should be 4, this should be 4, so this should be 4 lah, because the whole thing is 8, right? So 8 minus 4 is 4. And then SP is 8 cm. Where is SP? Uh, SP, S is here, P is here, so this is 8. So this must be 8 as well, and then this must be 8. But then here is 3, right? So this should be 3, this should be 3, then 8 minus 3, this should be 5. Okay? And now they want you to draw the full scale, the plan of the solid. Okay, plan means you kena tengok dari atas. Alright. So when you tengok dari atas you will nampak this one, right? So let me use a marker pen, a highlight. So you will nampak this one, 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 right? But whenever I teach in class, I always teach students to draw the base first. This is the tip that I can give you. It means you should draw this first. Okay. I know some students will say, sir, but you look at dari atas, so isn't it you should tengok sini dulu? But actually, if you don't want to, if you want to, how to say, if you takut buat salah, you should do it like this. You should draw this first, right? So what we draw now is we draw a rectangle, and this rectangle here is 4 cm, and here I don't know how much, right? But can I find this? Let's see. Yeah, this one actually we know is 3 cm. How we know? Because here is 3, right? So this should be 3, this should be 3, this should be 3 as well. So now we have to draw a rectangle where it's 3 cm, 4 cm. So I will just simply draw it first. Okay, just to demonstrate. So this one will be 3 cm, this one will be 4 cm. This is this rectangle. Okay, and then we also have to draw another rectangle where it's 4 cm, 8 cm. Thing. So this one 4 already. So tambah lagi 4 cm. So total 8 cm lah. And then tarik satu line ke sini, which is 4 cm. And then tarik atas, this will be 8 cm. And then sambung macam ni. Alright. So when we tengok dari atas, this will be the paling belakang punya tapak, right? So what do you think will happen to this? This and this, they are above each other. So this plane will be this plane will be covered by this plane. That is why we don't have to draw anything for this. But what about this plane? This plane, they divided into few lines here, right? That's why we have to tambah some lines. The first line here is, okay, this line, what do you think will this line? This line and this line, they will cover each other, correct? Because they are on top of, this KL line is on top of BC. That's why this, no need to do anything here. But this line, we have to tambah. So measure 4 cm and then draw a line. So 4 cm, I think is exactly here. This is where you draw the line. And this line is the JM line, right? Then what about this line? What about this line? It's not covered by anything, so I have tambah also. But this line, dia punya panjang is 2 cm. So we have to measure from here, measure 2 cm, and draw a line. Okay, and then this line no need already because this line is covered by this line at the bottom. right? So this is how you draw it. But you have to label. Let me show you how to label. The first thing is this one. This one is S. Okay, you nampak S dulu, and then right, and then this point will be TQ. Okay, TQ, and then this point will be WEA. Okay, because they are all on top of each other, right? Okay, and then this point will be VJR. Okay, VJR. And then what about this? This point will be KB. And then this point will be L. And then or C. And then this one is MN. Okay, I think this 8 cm you should erase it. And then write MN here. Okay, the 8 cm, how you divided it? Here is 2 cm, right? And then here we all know is 4 cm. So this must be 2 cm because you want to cukupkan 8, the whole thing, right? So if this is 4, this is 4. And then here we know it's 2. That's why 8 minus 4 minus 2, you get 2 here. And then what about the labeling here? This is just G only because G is not on top of anyone, right? And then this one will be H slash D. D, yeah? D. And then where is V? V is, where is it? I think V is here, right? Okay, so I already write here. Then what about this? Okay, I can't see it. What? F, right? So this one is F. So I think I labeled everything correctly. Did I label everything correctly? WEASP, TQ, F, okay, VJR, okay, HDG, okay, did I label G? Okay, yes. V also I label MN. Yeah, I think I labeled everything nicely. But of course, make sure in the exam you will draw the actual length. It means you would really make sure it's 4 cm, 3 cm. Okay. Okay, so that's how you do it. Okay, let me just double check with the schema jawapan. 4 cm to, yeah, I think it's correct. Yeah, it looks similar. So yeah, that's how you do it. Okay, now we can do the soalan B. Soalan B. So for soalan B, how will you do it? Soalan B, we will read the question first. Draw the full scale, the elevation. Oh, this one is A answer. But of course, you have to draw the actual length. 3 cm. It means you have to measure using ruler. Okay, B. Draw the elevation of solid on vertical plane parallel to PQ as viewed from Y. So when we view from Y, what you will see? You will see this one, right? You will see this one, and then you will see this one, right? What about the back? This line you won't see it because it's covered, right? But how I teach you? What is the tips I give you just now? I said draw which one first. If you takut salah, which one you should draw? You should draw the paling belakang yang you tak nampak. It means you should draw this. Okay, this is the tips I gave you, right? I know you will see this one first, but the tips that I give you is you draw the yang paling belakang one, right? Even though you tengok dari sini, you will draw this. So what you will draw? You will draw a shape that look like this, like this, like this. Excuse me. Like this, like this, like this. But of course, you have to draw it with the ruler and you have to measure it accurate. This line got how many cm? 4 plus 4, which is 8 cm. Okay, and then this is 2 cm, 2 cm here. Okay, this line you can't measure it, but we all know this one is 4 cm. Okay, this one is 3 cm. And then the vertical here is from here to here. I think it's 6, yeah, 6 cm. 6 cm. But of course, this is not the answer because if you look carefully, this one H, will be covered by E if I tengok dari sini. Yeah, the E and H will be on the same line. But if you look at W is slightly higher, right? So the whole thing here is 8 cm, here is 6 cm. So there's a difference of 2 cm here. It means I still have to tambah 2 cm line here. Okay, and the reason is very simple. It's because of the W line lagi tinggi. So this will be the W. But this will be the EH. Like this. Okay, this is how you draw it. And then this block will cover some parts of it. So that's why this one, this line, the panjang is how much here? I forgot already. This one is how much? This one is 4 cm, right? So it means this one you have to tarik 4 cm to that side. Okay, and when you tarik 4 cm, you will see this turun bawah and you will be directly at J. So it will intersect this one like this. And then this will be your point J. So this will be your J slash N. And then That's the answer. Now we just have to label and write everything nicely. Okay, this one is W, but you will see J first. So JW, right? Here will be what? Here will be TV. Okay, but you won't see G. You will just see TV, right? Why you won't see G? Because G is a bit lower. G is here. Okay. Okay, it's like bawah ke kiri. So this one is FG. This one is FG. And then EH is correct. This one is JM. Okay, nice. And then this one will be KL. And then this one is BC. BC. And this one is QR. Is there a point here? I think there is a point here. So QRN. So the 8 cm line I have to padam. So the 8 cm I'll padam. I'll write here. Sorry. Here is how much cm here? 4 cm, right? So 4 cm here. So this one 4 cm also. So now you can write the QRN nicely. So it will be this point Q/R/N, right? Okay, apa lagi yang kita boleh tulis? The PAD. So this one is P/A/D. So this one EH. Yeah, I think I labeled everything nicely. So this is how it looks like. But there's one more thing to do. Remember this line, you will not be able to see it, right? It's covered by this plane. Because this one dia rendah sikit. So you actually have to use dotted line for this. So what you do is you will use dotted line. Dotted line, dotted line, dotted line. So let's make it nicely. Okay, so this is how you do it. Okay, let me just double confirm with the answer schema jawapan. Yeah, so that's how you do it, right? But of course, you don't draw it like me lah, okay? Because I didn't draw using ruler. I didn't measure. You have to measure it to the full scale. Means you kena buat 2 cm, 6 cm, and yeah, that's how you do it. So remember the tips I gave you. Every time if they want me to draw from, let's say this direction, I will always look at the paling belakang one. I sangat jarang tengok yang depan dulu. Whenever I do lah, the tips I always give student is tengok dia punya paling at the back first. Then only we slowly draw in front, in front, in front like that. Okay. All right. Sudah siap? Okay. Now we are going to section C. Section C, they say choose one question, right? Okay, but I will do both, right? So number 16, let's read. Diagram 11 shows the travel network of Mr. Felix. Stray Kids. Okay, joking. Shows the travel network of Mr. Felix throughout the year 2023. Mr. Felix has a furniture business branch in Southeast Asia. Okay, so he's like a businessman. So furniture. He often goes abroad to meet the demands of his job as the owner of an antique furniture factory that always receives a response from customer around Asian countries. So this guy is a very busy businessman. So he always have to travel. Okay, he has to how to say, goes abroad. Okay, so he's always traveling lah. So around Asian countries. So these are all Asian countries. KL, Kuala Lumpur, B, Bangkok, J, Jakarta, BR, Brunei, F, Filipina, S, Singapore. Okay, so this is the map. And let's see what else. Based on table 6.1, draw a weighted and directed in the answer space. What is weighted? Weighted means the graph will have a labeling beside. Okay, and there will be labeling beside. And then what is directed? Directed mesti ada direction so they want me to draw a weighted and directed graph in the answer space. So let's go and find the answer space. Where is it? Oh, okay, it's here. So did you see they already put down all the vertices for you? You just have to sambung the lines, right? So I don't even have to refer this map. I just look at the table, can already, right? So KL to Singapore 323 kilometers. So just draw a line. KL to Singapore 323 kilometers. But you have to put the arrow pointing to S. Later I'll tell you why is it pointing to S. Because, okay, let's look at the table. Because this is a directed graph. It means before comma, we call it the initial vertex. This one, we call it the terminal vertex. Initial vertex, terminal vertex, initial vertex, terminal vertex, initial vertex, terminal, and so on. So it means the KL is the starting, Singapore is the ending. That's what it means. The second one, KL will be the start, go to J, 1168. It means the arrow have to point towards J. Arrow point towards J, 1168. Let's label it. KL to J, 1168. KL to J, 1168. So 1168 kilometers. So I think I will erase this. Okay. Erase this. And then maybe I will write here. Wait, what is the distance? I forgot. Is it 363? No, it's 323. Okay, let's just change it. 323. Okay, so that's it. Next one. So make sure the arrow is also pointing correctly. KL to Brunei. This one is B, right? Wait, Bangkok. KLB is Bangkok. So KL to Bangkok 1189. KL to B 1189. KL to B one. The arrow has to point to B. Yeah. 1189. Next one, KL to F 3046, and the arrow have to point to F. So KL to F 3046. KL to F 3046. 3046 kilometers. Next one. Next one is KL to Brunei 2055. KL to Brunei 2055. KL to Brunei 3045 or 55. I forgot. Let's check. KL to Brunei 2055. Sorry, 2055. 2055. So 2055 kilometers. Okay, make sure we label nicely. Next one, S to J 904. Kena ada arrow, S to J 904. Like this, 904 kilometers. Next, B to F 12397. What B to F 12397. B to F. This 12397 kilometers. Okay, almost finished. F to BR 1913. Let's go. F to BR 1913. F to BR like this. Arrow going down 1913. The arrow is also important. Last one, BR to J 2126. BR to J. BR to J is like this. So it will be 2126 kilometers. Okay. Okay, let's just kemaskan sikit. So it's 323 kilometers. And then the 904 is here. Yeah, I think we do it. So this is how we do it. Okay, so let's go number 2. If the flight time from KL to Singapore is 1 hour 20 minutes, Kuala Lumpur to Bangkok is 2 hour 15 minutes, and Kuala Lumpur to Brunei is 2 hour 25 minutes, write down the flight time ratio for the 3 destinations in minutes. So I want to write in ratio, but ratio of flight time. So the first flight time is 1 hour 20 minutes, but they want to write everything in minutes, right? So 1 hour 20 minutes means what? Okay, we all know 1 hour is 60 minutes, right? So 60 minutes plus 20 minutes is 80 minutes. Okay, and then the second ratio is the second flight time is 2 hours 15 minutes. Okay, what is 2 hours? 2 hours is 120 minutes because 2 times 60. And then 120 plus 15 is just 135 minutes. The third one, Kuala Lumpur to Brunei is 2 hours 25 minutes. Okay, 2 hours convert to minutes times 60. 2 times 60, 120 plus 25 is 145. And then they say write down the flight time ratio for 3 destinations, right? So yeah, this is the ratio. But I realized this all can divide by 5. So you can actually divide everything by 5. You'll get 16. 135 divided by 27. 145 divided by 5. Okay, my calculator give me 29. So I think this is the answer, right? So that's how you do it. But let's make sure we convert the, how to say? We show them how we convert to 80, right? So 1 hour is 60 minutes plus 20 minutes. That's how you get the 80. And then the second one is 2 hours plus with 15 minutes. But 2 hours is 120 minutes. That's why when you plus 15, it's 135 minutes. And then the next one, okay, I don't have enough space. I'll write down a bit. So 2 hours 45. Is it 45? 25, sorry. 2 hours plus 25 minutes. So it'll be 120 minutes plus 25. So you end up with 145 minutes. Okay, that's why 80 ratio 135, 145. Okay, and when you kecilkan, this is your final answer. Okay, ratio memang boleh kecilkan. Ratio is like fraction. You can kecilkan. Okay, done already. Now we go to 16B. After 10 days, Mr. Felix was in Brunei. So this guy is in Brunei. He planned to bring his wife and two children to spend their holiday in Jakarta. His wife and their children will take a flight from Kuala Lumpur. Oh, okay. So Felix is in Brunei, but the wife and two children is in Kuala Lumpur. Wife and two children. But then they both want to go Jakarta. So they depart from different places. Felix is flying from Brunei to Jakarta, but the wife and two children is flying from KL to Jakarta. And then they spend in 7 days. Table 6.2 shows the premium price for travel insurance. I think this is the first travel insurance question I stumbled upon in all the trial this year. So travel insurance, number one, what is the premium price for travel insurance for Mr. Felix and his family? I think you have to calculate them separately because Mr. Felix is flying from Brunei to Jakarta. So his premium will be different with the wife and two children because the wife and two they are not going together, right? So for Mr. Felix, he's flying from Brunei to Jakarta and he's alone, right? So let's look at the table. The number of days is 7 days, right? So I think we have to refer here because this is 1 to 5 days, 6 to 10 days, 11 to 18. But then they already also write something here, yearly premium, age 18 to 69. Okay. So what does it mean by yearly premium? Maybe it means 1 year. So if you look at the question here, the original story says what? The original story says this guy is a businessman, right? And he's traveled throughout the year. Throughout the year. It means for Mr. Felix, he will join his family in Jakarta, but then he will continue his journey throughout. So I think for Mr. Felix, we have to look at this column for Mr. Felix for year because it's yearly premium and his age is also in between this range, right? And then we'll have to look at Asia because all the countries mentioned are all Asian countries. So for Mr. Felix, his premium will be 230. But we have to plus with the wife and two children. So the wife and two children, they only go for 7 days. We will not look at the yearly because they will not travel throughout the year. Only Felix travel throughout the year. For wife and two children, we will just look at 6 to 10 days because 7 days. But then we will look at which one? Policyholder and spouse family. I think we have to look at family Asia, this one, right? This one, no, because this one is policyholder and spouse. This one is policyholder alone. So I think you have to, because wife and two children. So family lah, not the holder spouse. So it's 136. So if you press this, you'll get. Okay, so my calculator gave me RM366. So this is the answer for question 1. Next question, what are the factors that affect the premium price of travel insurance? Oh, it's written here. Number of days, right? Can you see the more days, the higher the premium? So you can say travel period, right? Or you can also jawab what? The destination, right? How do you call it? Travel, not travel. Yeah, travel lah, travel, travel, let's say spend their holiday. So yeah, we can also say travel destination, travel destination, right? Because if you look at carefully, if you go to Europe, the premium is higher. You go Asia, is low, right? So what are the factors? So these are all the factors, right? So you can write either one. Okay, so that is the answer. Okay, there's 16. There's still one question left. So let's see. Okay, let's read the question. Mr. Felix's wife bought a watch as a souvenir of a trip to Jakarta for 50 million rupiah. So this is the price of the watch. What is the price of the watch in Malaysian ringgit if the exchange rate of Malaysian and Indonesian foreign currency is RM 1 ringgit is equivalent to I assume this is rupiah 3222.87 rupiah. So now they want to what? They want to convert the price of watch to Malaysia ringgit. But I already know the watch is 50 million. Million means how many zero? 60. Yeah, 50 million means 50 times 10 power 6. It means 50 and then 000 and then 000 rupiah. That's what it means. So how do we convert this to to RM. It's very simple. How do you convert 3222.87 to RM? You bahagi 322.87. Okay, if you take 322.87, you bahagi 322, you will get 1. So how do you convert 50 million to this? You will bahagi 322.87. So use calculator. 50,000,000 divide 322.87. Okay, my calculator gives me 155.15514.12. You can only write two decimal place because it's a price. So 15514.12. So this is the answer for question 1. Second question. If the same watch is sold in Malaysia for 20,000, okay, she bought how many? 15514.12. But this one she bought in Jakarta, right? But then the same watch is sold in Malaysia for 20,000, right? What percentage of profit will Mr. Felix's wife get when she buys the watch in Indonesia? Is Mr. Felix's wife a smart spender? Okay, first of all, you need to know how to find uh profit percentage. Okay, there's a formula. So how do you find profit in percentage? The formula is you take the profit. Okay, you take the total profit. Okay, I'll just write profit. Use the profit, divide with the initial cost, and then times 100. Cost has to be the original cost. Okay, and then you will get the answer in percentage. That will be the profit in percentage. And I want to talk about the ROI formula also. Okay, ROI formula is not related to this question, but I want to mention it because rate of interest formula also very similar. You take the total return, divide with initial investment times 100. This ROI, it comes out a lot also in your trial, okay, but not this paper lah, but I want you to know this also. Okay, ROI stands for return on investment. Return on investment. It's like you're finding the profit in percentage also. So you see the formula is very similar. Total return means total profit lah. Initial investment means the original value you spend, right? Ataupun cost times 100. So they have very similar. It's like basically the same formula. Okay. So whenever they ask you to find ROI, you will also do it like this. Take the total return. Total return and total profit is the same meaning. And then bahagi initial investment times 100. Okay, let's do this question. First thing first, I need to calculate the return ataupun the profit. So the profit will be 20,000. Okay, so I write profit here. It will be 20,000 minus the 15514.2. Why I have to minus 0.12? Why I have to minus? Because she bought the watch for 15514.12, but in the Malaysia is 20,000. So if you want to calculate how many she untong, you have to find the difference. So let's press 20,000 minus answer. 4485.877. So 88. So the profit here is RM 4485.88. And then now you can calculate your profit in percentage, right? So percentage of profit. So percentage of profit is you take the profit, which is 4485.88 over the original price, which is the price she spent 15514.82 times with 100, and then you will get your percentage of profit. Okay, let's press and see what you get. Divide 15514.82 times 100. Okay, my calculator give me 28.91, but you have to write percentage. This is automatic in percent already. So this is the answer. Okay, so let me just check with the answer quickly. Okay, yes, correct. Okay, but the question still ask, they got ask us something else. They ask, is Mr. Felix's wife a smart spender? Well, for this case, I would say yes, because even though you might think she's very crazy because she's spending like this much for a watch, right? But if you read the whole story, she bought the watch for this amount, 15514.12, but the actual price in Malaysia is 20K, right? So if we base on this, we will conclude that she is a smart spender. So I said yes, she is a smart spender. Okay, if we just in this scenario lah, because in this story. She bought a watch. It's supposed to be 20,000, but she bought in Jakarta for 1,551,4.12. That's why there is a 28.91% of profit. That's why I would say yes. Okay, that's the answer. Okay, finally, the last question, number 17. Puan Laura is an online trader. She sells a variety of Sarawak layer cakes such as pandan layer and dates layer cake. Table 7 shows Puan Laura sales results in 2 days. Okay, so excuse me. First day and second day, these are the numbers of cakes. It was given that Puan Lara sales revenue in the first day and second day was 275 and 310. So first day, total sales is RM 275 and then 310. So we can say here sales, right? So the sales here is RM 275 for first day, but for second day is RM 310. By using elimination and substitution method, calculate the price in RM for pandan layer cake and dates layer cake. Okay, first of all, it's a simultaneous question equation. Sorry, it's a simultaneous equation punya soalan. Because you saw this word elimination and substitution. Why they have to mention it like this? Because there's another method called the matrix method. You can also use matrix method to solve simultaneous, right? But they already make it very clear here. They want you to use elimination substitution. So you know what to do lah. Since this is a simultaneous equation, I always teach students to look at the last baris and see what they want. And then whatever they want, you just jadikan dia x, y. So you will let x equals to what, y equals to what. So what apa yang dia nak cari? Price of one pandan layer cake. So x will be the price of a pandan layer cake. Okay. Make sure you don't write x equals pandan, y equals dates layer. Tambah macam ni. You have to write specific is the price. So y also represents price, but it's the price of one dates layer cake. Okay, so you just follow macam ni. It means the x and y should be RM because they are both price. Price of one pandan, one dates layer cake. Okay, now we can write our equation. The first equation would be what? 5 pandan layer, so 5x plus 8 dates layer, but one dates layer is y ringgit, so 5x plus 8y, and then the sales will be 275 lah. That's the first equation. Second equation will be 9 pandan, so but one pandan is x, so 9x plus 7y equals to 310. Now we can use the substitution method or the elimination method. But if I am you, I will use elimination method. Okay, but if you want to use substitution, you can do it. You will get the same answer. Okay, I want to use elimination. How to use elimination? How to use penghapusan? First, you have to choose which one you want to hapus. You can choose to hapuskan X. You can also choose to hapuskan Y. Dua-dua pun boleh dapat sama jawapan. So you want to hapuskan X or hapuskan Y? Okay, let's say you want to hapuskan X. If you want to hapuskan X means you kena samakan kali X. Samakan the coefficient of X. Alright. So if you want to samakan, if you want to hapuskan X, you kena samakan X depan punya nombor dulu. Tapi macam mana nak samakan? Sekarang tak sama. Yang atas darab 9, yang bawah darab 5. That's how you samakan. Because 5 times 9, you get 45x. And then later the 9x times 5 also you get 45x. Macam tu. Okay, but if you take this times 9, the 8y also you have to times 9. You end up with 72y. And then the 275 also times 9. So let's press calculator. My calculator give me 2475. So you just write it. And then next, this one I have to times 5, right? So 9x times 5 is 45. Okay, and then 7y also times 5, which is 35y. And then 310 times 5, you use calculator. 1550. Kenapa saya buat macam tu? Kenapa saya darab 9 darab 5 untuk samakan perkali X? Because I want to do penghapusan. Okay, now how you hapuskan, you can minus. Okay, it's not always minus. Sometimes you will plus also, right? If the tanda tak sama, you will plus. Okay, but this one tanda sama, you minus. So 45x minus 45x. Sudah hapus. 72 minus plus 35 means 72 minus 35. Use calculator, 37y. Okay, my calculator give me 37y. And then 2475 minus 1550. My calculator give me 925. And then my y will be 925 divided 37, which is 25. And then how you get x? Just ganti masuk. When y equals 25, ganti into either one equation. Let's say I ganti the bawah one. 9x plus 7y equals to 310. Y is 25. So 9x plus 25 times 7, if I press, I get 175 equal to 310. So 9x equals to 310 minus answer. We get 135. And then divide 9. I will end up with 15. So the answer here for x is 15. Okay. But I think you will not get full mark if you write like this. Because the xy, you have to change it back to this price of pandan, right? So price of one, so price of a pandan layer cake equals RM 25 or 15? 15, because this one is pandan is X. And then the price of dates. Actually, I don't know how to pronounce this word. Dates or dates, I don't know. Like, and then layer cake, and then equals to RM 25. Right? Make sure you write the RM and everything. Like that, you will get full mark. Okay. Okay, let's continue. 17b. Diagram shows a pandan layer cake which has been cut into several parts of the same size. So the pandan cake, cut. And these are all same size. Given the length, width, and height of the entire cake is 52 base 8, 103 base 5, 7 cm. So the length is 52 base 8. Okay, they already label for me. And then the width is 103 base 5. They also label. The height is 7 cm. So the height they never label. So I label myself. This one is 7 cm. Okay, I noticed that they give here base 8, base 5, but the 7, they never give any base. So if they never give any base, means it's automatic base 10. Now they say calculate the volume for small pieces of cake, hence state the value in base 6. Okay, let me ask you. If I want to find volume for this shape, you will take the length times width times height, right? Panjang darab lebar darab tinggi. But can you take 52 times 103 times 7? Cannot, because they are different base. So you should change to the same base first. So now my job is not to find volume, is to change everything to same base. So the length ataupun the panjang will be 52 base 8, but convert to base 10, you have to write down the place value 8 power 0, 8 power 1. Because when you're changing a smaller base to base 10, you kena guna darab punya cara, darab tambah punya cara. That's why you write the nilai tempat, the place value. So if it's base 8, the place value will be 8 power 0, 8 power 1. 8 power 1 is 8 times 5. So 8 times 5. Plus 8 power 0 is 1. So 1 and then times 2 like that. So 8 times 5 is 40. 40 plus 2 is 42 base 10. This is how you convert to base 10. Let's do the same for the width. Width is the lebar. So what is the lebar for the cake? 103 base 5. But you want to convert to base 10. Base 10. How to convert? Oh, by the way, the soalan one in base 6, but I still recommend you change everything to base 10. It's the fastest way. It's the fastest way to change everything to base 10. Okay, because later you have to darab everything. If you convert everything to base 6, you can't darab. You cannot darab. Only in base 10 where you can press your calculator to darab. That's why the only way is to change to base 10. Okay, how to convert a smaller base like base 5 to base 10? You have to use the darab tambah punya cara. Tapi kena tulis place value. What is the place value this time? 5 power 0, 5 power 1, 5 power 2. Kenapa tadi saya tulis 8 power, sekarang 5 power? Sebab tadi base 8 mah, sekarang base 5. So now this time the place value will be 5 power. 5 power 2 is 25. So 25 times 1 is just 25. And then times 1 plus 5 times 0. Okay, 0 no need to write. And then 5 power 0 is 1. And then times 3. Okay, so 25 times 1 is 25 plus 3 is 28. That's my width. Okay, finally is the height. But the height no need to convert, it's already in base 10. Now we can find our volume. Okay, I continue here. So the volume will be what? 42 base 10, 42 times 28 times 7. So since everything here is in base 10, your answer will come out in base 10 also. Okay, let's press calculator. 42 times 28 times 7. 8232. But you should know this is base 10 and it's cm cube because it's volume. And the final step is what? State the value in base 6. So the final step here is changing the volume. Answer base 6. How to do that? How to convert a base 10 number to a smaller base? We have to bahagi. We have to use the bahagi punya cara because you are changing a 10 to a smaller base. That's why it's bahagi. If you're changing a smaller base to base 10, then only you darab. This one is bahagi. Here you write the remainder, here you bahagi 6. Okay. Okay, 8232 divide 6. Wait, double confirm. Okay, 6 times 1 is 6. Here left with 22. And then 6 times 3 is 18. 43, 6 and 4, 12, 4. remainder 0. 6 times 2 is 12, 1, 7, 1, 7. So 6 times 3 is 18, 6 times 2, 12, 12. 12, but it's 17, so 54, 9, 0. And then 6 times 3 is 18. 22 minus 18, 4, 49. So 6 times what? 6 times 8 is 48, but it's 49, so remainder 1. And then divide 6 lagi. So 6 times 7 cannot. 6, 36. Remainder 2. And then 6 times 1 is 6, remainder 0. And then 6 times 0, 1. So the answer is 102100. But betul ke saya buat macam salah je? Let me think. Wait, 28. Okay, class. I made a mistake here. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Okay, this 8232 is volume of what? This 8232 is volume for the whole cake, right? So I never read the question carefully just now. Sorry. They want the volume, calculate the volume for small pieces of cake. This 8232 is the volume for the whole cake, right? So they want to find the volume of the small piece only. So the 8232 is correct already, but I have to divide with the number of cake, the number of small cake, because the 8232 is the total volume. So I have to calculate how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So got 24. 4 times 6, right? So you have to take 8232 divide 24 to get the value for one small cake in base 10. So 8232 divide 24, you get 343. 343 base 10 cm cube. And then only you convert to base 6. Okay. Boleh tak kalau saya convert to base 6 baru bahagi? Tak boleh. Tak boleh. Because if you convert to base 6, the base 6 you cannot use calculator to bahagi already. The only way is to when it's base 10, you bahagi dulu baru convert. Okay, now only I convert the 343 to base 6. Now I divide 6. Okay, 6 times 6 is 36, but it cannot have to be 6 times 5, 30. 34 minus 30 is 3, and then 6 times 5 again. And then remainder 3. And then 6 times what is 55? Let's see. 6 times 9 is 54, remainder 1. And then 6 times 1 is 6, remainder 3. 6 times 0, 1. So the answer should be 1313 base 6 cm cube. Okay, let me check with the answer. Oh my god. Why is it different again? Let me think. 343 ma. So 6 times 343 divide 6. 6 times 5 is 30. It's 43. 6 times 7 is 42. Remainder 1. So this one 57, 1. Sorry. Okay. Today actually I'm sick. Okay. Okay. Let me betulkan. This one is 57. Okay, sorry. This one 57, remainder 1, right? And then 57 divide 6. So it will be 6 times 9 is 54, and then remainder 3. Excuse me. 6 times 9, 54, remainder 3. And then 9 divide 6. Okay, 6 times 1 is 6. But 9 minus 6 is remainder 3. And then divide 6 again. 6 times 0, 0, remainder 1. So baca from bawah to atas. So the correct answer here is 1331. Okay. So 1331. Page 6. Okay, that's how you do it, right? Okay, let's look at 17C. Diagram 13 shows a box plot. So this is a box plot. Graph for the age of distribution by Puan Lara's client years who bought her cake at Shopkee's online store. State the value of range and interquartile range. Okay, before we start to do this question, you need to understand something about box plot. Box plot, it looks like this, right? And there's a name for this line. Anyone remember? It's called the whisker. This time we call it the whisker, right? But let's erase this because it's not relevant to this question. Okay, we also need to know what all this line means. This one is the minimum value. This one is the maximum value. And then this line is the Q1, this line is the Q2, this one is the Q3. Q1 is first quartile, Q2 being second quartile ataupun median, and then Q3 is the third quartile. Okay. Okay, so now to find the range, what's the range formula? Maximum minus minimum. So we'll look at this point, 60 reverse satu kotak. So 60 ke kiri satu kotak is 59. Because from here to here plus 10, right? 50 plus 10 is 60. So satu kotak is 1. So this one is 59. But we have to minus with the minimum, which is 20. And I'll end up with 39. So dah siap. Interquartile range, formula dia apa? Q3 minus Q1. So Q3 berapa? 50, 51, 52. So I think it's 52, if I'm not mistaken. And then Q1 will just be 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. 30, 39, 38, 37, 30. Okay, it's very hard to see. Let me read one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think it's exactly middle, so 35. So 52 minus 35, use calculator. I get 70. Okay, let me just check with the answer. Yep, betul. Okay, kalau tak ada masalah, kita boleh go to the last question lah. Okay, what question is this? I think it's from 3 chapters. Okay, because I see the word faedah, I see interest already. Okay, Puan Laura has accumulated 60,000 from a sales profit and has deposited in a FD account, fixed deposit, with an interest rate 5%. So this is the rate. Compounded every 6 months. Okay, definitely compound interest formula. Okay, and then after 2 years saving, Puan Laura plans to buy a house priced at 350,000 by paying advance of 20,000. Calculate the amount of money that Puan Laura needs to add if she intends to use all the money in a fixed savings account to settle the down payment. Okay, this is compound interest, and compound interest punya formula is like this: MV equals to P bracket 1 plus R over N and T. Okay, this formula got give in the exam one, but you need to know how to use it. Okay, but if the soalan they ask for interest but they never put the word compound in the soalan, then we will use the PRT formula. This one is the simple interest formula. Okay, but this question we have to use the compound interest. Okay, what is P? What is 1? What is R? What is N? Okay, P is this one, 60,000. Okay, the principal. Okay, the duit yang you nak save dalam bank. That's the the duit yang you nak save dalam fixed deposit. That's the P. And then R will be the rate, which is 5. This one is R. And then what about the N? The N is not 6. The N is not 6. The N is the number of times compounded. Number of times compounded in 1 year. In 1 year. So can you tell me, if they say compounded every 6 months, it means your N is berapa? Your N is 2. So your P is 60,000. Your R don't put 5, 0.05. Because 5% means 5 divided 100. And then your N is 2. Where you get the 2, just take 12 divided 6. Why 12 divided 6? Because N is number of times compounded in 1 year. 1 year got 12 months. So if I say compounded every 6 months, it means in 1 year compounded 2 kali. That's why it's 2. What if I say compounded every 4 months? Then you take 12 divided 4, and then you will get 3. It means your N is 3. Macam tu. Okay. What if I say compounded every 12 months? Then my N is 1, because 12 divided 12 is 1. Macam tu. Okay, and then we already know PRN. We still need to know the T. What is T? T is how many years? So they got mentioned here, after 2 years of saving, Puan Laura plans to buy a house this price with advance payment. So the T is actually 2. Don't worry about the 350,000 and 20,000% first, because this is after the saving. After you gain the interest, then only you spend this amount. So this one later baru kita tengok. Sekarang kita cari dia punya berapa amount yang dia ada dulu. So P you masuk 60,000. 1 just leave it. R is 0.05. And then the N is 2. And then NT, which is 2, 2. So it will be 2 bracket 2. But this one is power. So what first we will press inside bracket first. 1 plus 0.05 divide 2. And then answer power 4. Because 2 times 2 is 4. And then times 60,000. So the matured value is 66228. RM 66228. 228.77. And what is this? The MV. MV means the matured value. Okay, matured value. It means after 2 years of saving, she has this amount in her bank account. And then now she planned to buy a house, 350,000. by paying advance 20%. Calculate the amount of money that Puan Lara needs to add if she intends to use all the money in the fix to settle the down payment. Okay, the down payment and advance payment same meaning. So first we have to find the 20% of 350,000 first to see how to see and then baru kita compare with this amount, right? So first we have to take 0.2, which is 20%, times with 350,000. And then only we know how much we have to pay. And then we compare that amount with the matured value, right? So 0.2 times 350,000. Okay, 70,000. So this is the down payment ataupun the bayaran pendahuluan yang dia kena bayar. Okay, 70,000. But the amount she have now is 66,228.77. So calculate the amount of money that Puan Lara needs to add. So berapa yang dia kena tambah? We take this one, tolak dengan this one, right? So what I have to write here? Amount of money. This one is down payment. This one is down payment. Okay, let's write everything nicely. Down payment is this one, right? So down payment. And then now I'm calculating amount of money needs to be added. So how you've calculated? Take the 70,000, the down payment minus with the savings. Okay, the amount she have in her account, and then you'll get the new amount, and then that will be the answer. Minus 66,228. RM 3771.23. So let's read the question again. Calculate amount of money that Paula needs to add if she intends to use all the money in her FD account to settle the down payment. So this is the amount that she need to add, right? So that's how you do it. Okay, that's all. Kertas soalan tamat. Bye.